Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Horror Corner. And I am your host, The Dark Fate. And this is the live Halloween stream at the Horror Hangout. I am your host for this evening. I am going to be inviting several people to join me this evening for the Halloween stream. Happy Halloween. So bear with me as I invite the regular Horror Hangout crew to join us this evening. I figured I would go on a little early and get this formalities out of the way, if you know what I mean. Our guests this evening will be Mr. Bronco Juggalo Talks Movies, Horrific Nightmares JM, and we will have a special guest this evening, Hellhound from the HorrorMetal channel, as well as Miss Lisa Loves and Dave Maggot. And this is our special Halloween episode. I hope you all enjoy it, because your fate is in my hands tonight, because I am the ghost of Halloween. I hope my presence here does not disturb you too much. I know you're used to seeing Mr. Sean Erschen here at the Horror Hangout live stream. The official start time tonight is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, in a little less than a half an hour. You'll be joined with the ranks of the Horror Hangout crew. As I said, our special guest this evening is Mr. Hellhound from the Horror and Metal channel. Okay, so I have here Horrific Nightmares JM, Bronco Juggalo Talks Movies, Lisa Loves, Dave Maggot, and Hellhound from the HorrorMetal channel. Let's see, I believe that is about it. Let me know, of course, if I've forgotten anyone. If I have, there is a special place in hell for me. Oh, that's right, I'm already there. I have just sent the invites to join me in the Horror Corner. That's right, I am not Sean Patrick Erschen. I am the Dark Fate. Oh my God, there is a very scary, horrific presence in our midst.
Have you
Thank
come
you for
home?
joining me.
Oh my Lord, Lisa, you look like King Diamond. That's awesome.
Wait a minute, guys. I have to turn on the volume. I cannot hear you.
I'm a dead Wednesday.
Yes, you are indeed.
We've got 2 Jasons.
Oh my God, there is. Am I seeing double vision? I cannot handle this.
I will be changing masks throughout the stream. So
Jen's here.
Hi.
I have to.
I gotta turn on the chat.
I have to make sure to send to Hellhound from Horror and Metal channel.
And Leo from Geek Legion. No, Leo, we're not discussing spoilers for Halloween. We know not everyone has seen it, so we'll probably talk about what we thought, but we will not discuss spoilers.
hey, Lisa.
Yeah?
I am monitoring the chat, but I'm not going to answer anybody except for like through voice.
Right, okay. So you're not typing, you mean? Right?
Yeah, I'm not typing.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll read out whatever I see when I see it, sort of thing. Hi, Leo. I'm trying to get this shrunk down so that I can see the chat, but I've got the Google window.
That is so awesome. Stick out your tongue.
I don't have a very
not
long...
like that.
I mean,
I'm supposed to do like a King Diamond sort. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Oh, how attractive, eh? How do I get this shrunk down? I need to get the chat behind the Google Hang. Oh, look, it's below. That'll do. That's me now.
Folks, I'm having a hard time with Facebook Messenger at the moment.
Hey, Rich.
What's up, Rich?
We've got Jen, Leo, and Rich.
They've all arrived quite early this evening.
Yeah,
hey,
we're
Dave,
just...
that mask is totally badass.
Huh?
I love that mask, dude.
Thanks, man.
Before and
Happy
after.
Halloween.
They make all sorts of masks.
Yeah.
They can do it with your favorite sports team on it and whatnot.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, it's the men behind the masks on Facebook.
Cool. Should have people vote for what I'm going to put on next.
How are you seeing, Sean?
Terrific makeup job, I must say, Jason.
No, not me, not me.
And Lisa.
I wonder is Bronco going to come as Jason? That would be so funny. It would be really funny if Bronco came as Jason. That would crack me up, 3 of you. Dave's like had some serious damage there. I think I see Hellhound. He stood up. I can see a bit of him. I can see his hand.
That's Bronco.
Is that Bronco? I've seen it an arm.
That's Bronco.
It's gonna get some fried chicken. Oh. Great minds.
Great minds. Great minds. Think of mine. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good, good, good.
Movie Massacre. Brad, what are you wearing?
Thanks, Rick.
That's Michael Myers, is it?
Oh.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's Michael.
I watched you earlier.
No, you didn't watch me. This is Rob Zombie, Michael.
Oh, I didn't watch you.
So we're still trying to get Hellhound.
I'm on the Facebook Messenger right now.
That's Sean. Oh, Hellhound is, I don't even know his real name.
Oh no! Oh, hang on, I do know. Hang on, he's on my Facebook. What's his name?
do.
But I'm not allowed to.
Right,
I'm not allowed to.
Okay, I will. It nearly came out then. What's that noise? There's a really clicky noise.
Turning up my volume.
Oh, right.
That was me turning up my volume. Can you hear me in this thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't hear myself.
I'm not surprised with a big mask on your head. How are you guys going to sit for 2 hours with masks on?
I'm
not going to.
I'm in my natural environment.
Right. All I can see is a black screen for Dave. Can anyone else see Dave, or is it just me?
It'll probably come out. There we go.
Oh,
my
there it
hand.
is. There you are.
It's my glove. I was holding it wrong.
Yeah, this thing's hard to breathe in. But you're
Imagine. I've been looking. I've been.
If I look up from time to time, the Ravens game's on, and I'll be checking the score. So, just to let you guys know. I'm not ignoring you.
I have sent the invite to Mr. Hellhound from HorrorMetal.
Okay, we'll just wait. Well, he's got time. We're not due to start for 15 minutes anyway. Halloween spoiler: Buster kills Michael. Movie Massacre's just written. Trick or treat, motherfucker!
Stop that.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Did you guys see my review of Resurrection?
Yeah.
Nope.
That was so much fun to make fun of.
Resurrection's the Buster Rhymes one.
That one I was laughing all the time.
What, the new one? No, that was the one. Remember when I was laughing in the movie theater and everybody started looking at us?
I was laughing at
And with the Resurrection on the side.
Major kudos to your wife for going today, Jason, or whenever it was you went. Awesome.
Lisa said major kudos.
I can't wait for something big to happen.
She said she kept waiting for something
grandma,
big to happen.
She can't wait for what?
She kept waiting for something big to happen.
Oh, right. I'm not going to say anything that happened. My mouth, baggy mouth. No spoilers. No spoilers. No. Yeah, Leo is in the chat. He hasn't seen it yet from Geek Legion.
I was going to say, have we all seen it?
Yeah, I think we've all seen it, but not everyone in the chat has.
Yeah.
I think we all liked it, didn't we? Mostly.
Did I fucking...
Yes, I did enjoy it.
Yeah. I think it was mostly positive. There's only one person I know that hates it. That's Drewski. One that's sort of like...
Drewski's an idiot.
Who is that?
I love Drewski. Drewski McGillicuddy. He's going to go see it again because he was a bit drunk when he saw it. But he didn't enjoy it. He thought it was awful. He says he's going to give it another chance.
Awesome.
But Cody Leach wasn't a big
Drewski
fan.
likes Jason Goes to Hell.
Does he?
Oh my god.
I need to watch all the Friday the 13th again.
And Cody Leach's favorite Halloween movie is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Right, I have to talk about Rob Zombie's Halloween. I have to admit something. I watched them again. You know when I was watching them all the way through from the beginning? And I have to, I will always say it, I was wrong. I was wrong, yes.
You were wrong.
I was wrong. On its own, it's fine. But when you put it into the timeline and you watch the rest, it's like, no. I was wrong. I will admit when I was wrong. Wasn't good. Really was not good. He should just leave other people's things alone and do his own. And change it up a bit.
The only good thing that came out of that movie was this mask.
Yeah, but I wasn't. I have to admit, I wasn't that impressed.
Well, you know what? People like what they like, and that's their prerogative. So
Yeah. I was just really disappointed because I remember really enjoying it when I went to the cinema, but that was because I hadn't seen any of the others in so many years. And then when I watched them all through to get ready for the new one, no. I can see why people were saying, yeah, the error of my ways.
Has anybody heard from Hellhound?
No. Jen has said, I'll just read out chat while we're here. Jen says, how does everyone feel about the new Dr. Loomis? Well, I don't like him being called the new Dr. Loomis.
I like how they say that, though.
I loved the character. A lot of people didn't. I loved it, and a lot of people didn't like where it went. I did. I'll not say any more than that. I really liked that character.
Perhaps we should wait.
I did. I really liked it.
Yeah.
What's that, Sean?
Perhaps we should wait until 6 p.m. to discuss.
I'm just reading out the chat, Sean, what people are asking in the chat, that's all. Movie Massacre says, Danielle Harris, heart eyes.
Yes, yes indeed. Yes, indeed. My wife almost gave a spoiler.
Except for her eyebrow and that shit, too.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave.
I can't get that joke because I haven't seen Hatchet 2.
Bad Botox.
I haven't seen it either.
I need to see it. that has tickled Jason anyway. I need to see this. I need to see this eyebrow.
That's why Dave said it.
I enjoy when Jason gets tickled.
I wonder what's going on with Hell. Have you sent it to Facebook, Sean? Because is he here? Oh, there it is. Hiya.
Aha.
Hi. How you doing?
What's up, dude?
What do we call you? Hellhound?
Hellhound, and welcome
Hellhound
to
or
Hellhound.
Whatever.
Mr. Hound.
There you go.
Mr. Hound, that'll do. Hound, Mr. Hound. We're all here, Sean.
Does that conclude our invites for this evening?
It does.
Oh man, I'm the only one not in a costume.
I told you.
Hey, Sean, I'll be back. I'll be back.
Okay.
Hey, Sean.
Yes.
Movie Massacre said he's loving your dedication.
I don't know how long I can keep this up.
Hellhound's gone to get something. It's back.
You please.
What is it? The dark. What is it? Is it Dark Fate? Is that it, Sean?
I am the dark fate.
Right, it's Dark Fate. That's it.
Oh, you mean up there? No, I am right there.
Your fate in
I couldn't find my posh spice costume, so.
Well,
got to get with my friend. If
Bronco's
you want
connections
to
dropped out. Friendship never ends. I'm really shocked that you know that, Sean. Dark Fate, sorry. Dark Fate has just quoted Spice Girls lyrics.
Oh no.
That song is played around the clock. Hell.
It sounds like all kinds of hell. Movie Massacre is laughing his butt off at your answer, Sean.
Thank you. You are not the only one that can wear a mask.
There's a banana on the go. Hellhound's having a banana. I can hear someone else eating. I'm getting hungry
There we
now.
go.
I'm always snacking.
Hey, Mr. Hellhound, how come you did not wear your thing with the long trench coat and the zombie makeup?
I know, I should have kept my makeup on. There's still like part of the tattoo left a little bit.
What?
With a bloody gash on my cheek.
The Ghostbuster.
Don't no talk about gashes in front of Sean. Set Sean off.
Sorry.
Welcome,
I
Bronco.
apologize, guys. I had to get off and call my boss.
All right,
It's all
okay.
good, brother.
Let me, in your terms, Lisa, he's a right git.
Yeah, right, okay, yes.
I know the
We know
feeling.
lots of gets.
So we still have a few minutes. Is there anything you'd like to discuss for a few minutes?
Yeah, I lost it.
Bronco, you broke up there. I just heard yes, and then lots of broke up bits.
I said I lost my
Movie
mask. Has
Massacre.
anybody seen it?
Oh, right. Is it, where is it? Oh, no. I'm going to be the only idiot. I'm going to try to think of a clean word with something stupid on my face by the end of this.
Yeah, are we actually on YouTube now?
Hey,
Are we on YouTube right now?
Love.
We are, yeah. We're on
Make
YouTube at the minute. It's not well, we've said it starts at 11, but it is live now at the minute for anyone that's watching.
I wasn't sure if it started like at the exact time or not.
Can you see the chat down the side, or can you not see it where you are?
I can't see the chat, but
Yeah, there's bits. I usually try and tell you what's going on in there.
oh yeah. Yeah.
Mr. Movie
That's
Massacre
okay.
said, I love the gash.
Oh, dude, just don't give me any ammunition. There was one you did, Sean, where you were talking about, what's her name? Jennifer, that was in Jennifer's body. Megan Fox, and you were going, Megan Fox. Oh, I was just like itching to do a video with that, but I didn't. I behaved myself. But then when you were talking about gashes, it was just too much. It had to be done.
Thank you, baby.
I have never heard that one.
Have you never heard that expression? Oh, that's maybe a UK expression. Rather unpleasant one, but anyway.
Sean loves the dash.
No.
That's what Movie Massacre said. That was from Movie
Dark
Massacre, by the way. Yeah.
Mr. Massacre, I have a fate for you worse than that.
God damn it.
I'm telling you, probably.
Look, I'm right here.
Well, are we going to announce what we talked about earlier today?
Up to you, Sean.
And Mr. Horrific Nightmares JM.
Oh yes, our swan song.
Yes,
Right.
indeed. Jason had
But
left
you,
the building.
Oh, I love that you've got the label stuck to your head still. Oh, sorry.
Why can't I?
Movie Massacre says, every time I hear gash, I'll think of Sean.
Thank you. Thank you.
Likewise.
Yeah.
I'm going to get kicked
Well,
out
we
for
have
it.
5 minutes and counting.
That was pretty.
What are you eating, the Hellhound?
Cheese.
Yeah.
Cheese?
I'm an avid cheese enthusiast.
Yeah, I love cheese.
So am I.
Me too. Oh man, let me tell you.
I'm like a rat. I love cheese.
Bronco, where did you get that mask?
Walgreens.
Is that the same one you shared in that video?
Which one?
That recent video that I commented on and said it looked really cool?
No, I think that was my actual 2018 mask.
Yeah, that's
This
right,
is just a cheap. This
Okay.
is just a cheap little crappy Michael Myers Halloween mask from Walgreens that I thought was
Yeah, I
kind of
figured it wasn't
cheesy
the same
looking,
one.
so I bought it. Yeah. The other one's too hard to breathe in.
I wish I still had mine. My dad bought it like right when the original movie came out, so it was kind of authentic. But who knows what happened to that?
Oh no, that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're aware, Hellhound, but your real name is popping up on screen at the minute.
It did?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if you wanted it or
The
not.
secret is out.
You know when like you're on the big screen, then your little
My real name? You mean my real name, Federico Galileo?
Yeah, that's it.
Ah, yes. That must be it.
I'm changing my name to Dirk Diggler, so. Dirk Diggler the Fourth.
I see a little one.
Sounds like a fun boogie night to me.
Very good, John. Well done. I see a little one. A little one. So let's keep the language all nice and clean. Hello. Oh God, I better not scare her.
She can't hear you.
Oh right, okay. Oh, she's cute.
Stupid how I can't use my like I use my Google thing as my account is HorrorMetal, so it's weird that it doesn't just show that, you know. Oh well.
I don't know why it does that. I have no idea. Cadaver Club's here. Cadaver Club.
Hi. Come on. Catch the ball.
Aliens.
I'm about to put that video up now, Cadaver Club.
Okay, well, I've been really enjoying your videos, Dave. They've been awesome. All the cameos.
Thanks, Lisa.
Hey, Cadaver Club in the house.
Jen was amazing.
Yeah.
That girl needs to be acting, honestly.
Honestly.
I'm waiting to see how my cameo comes out.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Which one was that?
Dave, you told me it was going to be on Jason X, but it was Jason Goes to Hell we were talking about.
Yeah, I think I'll put it at the end of Jason X, or the beginning of Saw 1. I don't know. And kind of shuffle them, yeah. Because you're trying to make me watch Jason X, but I'm not. I mean, you're trying to make me watch Jason Goes to Hell, but I'm not gonna.
Hey, if you don't, you're the one that dies.
No one can withstand that kind of torture.
What's that, Sean?
No one can withstand that sort of torture.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, it could be worse.
Well, folks, it is 6 p.m.
It is.
Oh, good.
So, let me welcome everyone to the Horror Hangout live Halloween stream featuring Lisa Loves from the HorrorMetal channel. BRONCOJUGGALOTALKSMOVIES, Dave, Maggot, and Horrific Nightmares, J.M. Thank you.
We've got Entertainment Fanatic Reviews in the house. Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
He's a good dude.
All right, this is a friend of Jason's.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Cool.
What's going on, everybody in the chat? Bye-bye.
Yeah, look at the
You
state
leaving?
of us all.
Ben's
Look at the
here.
state, eh?
Oh, sorry.
So, I have an announcement to make, folks. This will be the final Halloween stream for Lisa Loves and Horrific Nightmares, JM.
Aww. It'd be really sad to see them go.
I am very sad.
But think of the excitement of who may replace us.
That's true. Very
Nobody
true.
can replace you.
No, you'll have fresh
Nobody can
blood.
replace you.
Fresh blood's a good thing. And me and Jason will probably pop up
I
mine
like
again,
dead
won't we?
blood. I like dead blood.
I'm as dead as they come, Sean. Jason's got his notepad out, he's all business.
I do.
Jason's watching his Ravens actually win.
Touchdown.
So,
Yes,
shall we introduce our first topic for this evening?
We can do, yeah. I'll just very quickly say, hi, Kelly.
Hi, Jen. Hi, Kelly.
Our first topic for this evening is, what are your thoughts on Halloween 2018?
Let me just say, can we just tell people in the chat again, just quickly, if you haven't seen Halloween, we're not going to give any spoilers, just in case anyone's thinking, oh no, we're not going to do spoilers.
There we go, that's better.
Oh, that is better.
There we go.
Very nice, Mr. Hellhound.
Cadaver Club thought
Very
it was
nice.
good AF. Sorry about interrupting everyone, but I need to read this chat out. Jen loved it. Cadaver Club loved it.
What is AF?
I don't know. I really don't know what AF means. Kelly loved it. I think most people did. Most of us. Strange Monkeys here. Yeah, he loved it. Jason's tickled again.
Said it wasn't his resurrection.
Jason has got the giggles again.
I did.
Phil's creepy videos. Hey.
Strange Monkey, dude.
Can we forget about Resurrection? He says that never. We can't. There's too much like comedy entertainment to be had with Resurrection.
I wish I could forget.
Oh, terrible, terrible. Dangertainment. I don't remember that.
Don't even start, Jason.
Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. We've got a different opinion here. Entertaining Fanatic Reviews said he felt it was a bit disappointing, but still good. Some people did feel that, definitely. I've seen that come up a couple of times.
They're all
really
stupid.
I actually saw his review.
Oh, right. Okay. And what did... Oh, we can't give spoil. We have to be careful. We have to be careful. I just didn't like one piece of casting. That's all I'll say. But everything else I loved.
So, who would like to
spoiler review? Go to Entertainment Fanatic Reviews. He has a spoiler review up now. So if anybody's interested.
Yeah, I'll have to subscribe because I'll subscribe to you when I come off here. Well, probably tomorrow. And I'll get that watched.
Yes.
Mr. Jason Horrific Nightmares JM, what are your thoughts on the film?
I liked it. There was a few things I didn't like, which I can't really go into because it would be spoilers. But overall, I was pretty pleased. I was pleased. The kills were good. Michael was kind of scary again. Hellhound's killing me here. He looks like Axe of Vengeance right there. Is that an Axe of Vengeance?
He looks like a member of Body Count.
I love it, man.
There you go.
So yeah, I really liked it. I really did.
Has somebody got their YouTube signed on because we've got really bad echo? You need to mute YouTube.
Creepy videos. How about Hellhound from the HorrorMetal channel? What did you think of the film? As he adjusts.
I really enjoyed it. Now, I think that Michael Myers has not been that mysterious, that emotionless, that expressionless since the original. There were a few things that didn't make sense, like that just happened for plot convenience, and a few characters were kind of annoying and made really weird decisions. But I think Jamie Lee Curtis gave her best performance of the series. Her performance was very layered. There's a lot of assets to her character. We saw her when she was vulnerable. We saw her when she was badass. We saw her tortured, twisted psyche. Michael Myers was terrifying in this one. He lacked empathy. He lacked a conscience. He was totally unrelatable, like he should be. Too many of the sequels made him too human. Yeah, there's a few minor complaints I have, but overall, I thought it was really good. And I think it's definitely in the top 5, along with the first 2 films and Part 4. This is probably my 4th favorite, next to 1, 2, and 4. Maybe even like it better than 4, possibly. I haven't decided yet. Once it sinks in, once the dust settles and I reevaluate my opinion, it might drop. Or I don't think it'll ever be lower than 4th place. I liked it that much. I think they did a really good job with it. Aside from a few minor things I didn't care for, but overall, Michael Myers has done very well, and I really applaud James Jude Courtney for doing a great job. And I think they really understood what made the character scary in the first place. That was the thing that they nailed. There's a few of the other things that I didn't like, but I think they definitely understood the Myers character. That's the most important thing to me. Myers and Laurie were done very well.
Absolutely, I completely agree. Mr. Bronco Juggalo, what are your thoughts?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not going to get into any spoilers, but I am going to say is Michael. We got to spend a lot of time with him, and I really enjoyed that. It really gave us an insight into him, more than any other film has done, and enjoyed that part of it. I think they did it amazingly well. Yes, there was a couple, like you said, Hellhound, a couple plot conveniences, like where you knew something was about to happen, but it's because we've all seen like 10 million horror movies. If we hadn't, we might not know, but we did know what was going to happen, but yet it still was effective. It still worked. And I really, my only issues with it are with a couple of the characters that are very minor issues. Extremely minor. In fact, little self-promotion, guys, I just put up my full spoiler review as well, and I go into it pretty good, but I loved it. I thought it was great. I definitely say it's going to be in the top half of my Halloween ranking. I don't know exactly where yet, but a lot of that too is because I just love certain films so much that they've always been with me. Probably in 10 years from now, I might love this one just as much, but it's still fresh, One thing I do want to say, though, is that people that are talking negatively about the film, one of the big complaints I get is the humor. Freaking jokes in this movie. Why is everybody bitching about the humor? And if humor is done right in a horror movie,
they don't know how
humor is done right in a horror movie, it alleviates tension, and then it puts you off your guard so that when the scare does come, it's more effective. I don't understand why people are complaining about the humor. It's not like Michael Myers is popping out and going, "Hey guys, I got a joke for you."
That'd be hilarious.
As long as it's not coming from Michael, or they're not making a joke of Michael like they did in Resurrection.
Yeah.
Because that's what they did. Busta Rhymes made a joke of Michael. That was wrong. But other characters can have funny moments. People seem to forget there was humor in the original. The entire thing with I just forgot her name right now. Bob and his girlfriend. There was humor all through the original, but yet people bitch about it.
Of course.
I've just been spammed out of the chat for sending too many messages. Oh no! I'm replying to everyone, and you've been sending too many messages. Take a break and try again. Apologies.
Hey, Sean, do me a favor. Go onto your system and give either me or Lisa a wrench next to us. Make us monitors so that way if anybody does get out of hand, we can kick them.
I cannot understand your language.
There's right. I'll tell you what. I will try. All right. Sorry, Jason.
That's all right. Ben just asked, who has custard at a high school dance?
That's what I thought. It looked just like custard to me. It really did. I'm just trying to say to chat, just be careful about giving anything at all away, because a couple of people here haven't seen it yet. So just be careful. I will try and respond to your comments, but I may miss some because I'm obviously typing too many comments. So I'll try my best.
That particular character in that scene, he's one of my cons.
I agree. And there's a big spoiler
Terrible
about this
actor.
character that I'd love to talk about, but I can't because I want to spoil it. But basically, yeah.
It is actually Movie Massacre's favourite. Sorry,
Wow.
Movie Massacre says it's his favourite Halloween movie.
Oh, wow.
Kelly
that doesn't
says it's
shock
her.
me.
I am with Kelly. It's my second favourite. I bet
That
Kelly.
doesn't shock me at all.
The only one that beats it for you, Kelly, will be the first one, won't it? Because that's the same for me. It's my second favourite as well. Very close to Halloween too. Danny. Oh,
I know
this is
my
Danny Girl's wife, isn't it? Danny Girl. Bronco,
Yeah, that's my wife.
Yeah, she's in the chat now. Hi, Danny.
Yeah, we just had a fight.
Oh dear.
I know it's not my turn anymore. I know it's not my turn anymore, but I want to ask this. Okay, I saw a video saying that the new canon, or that this is now canon. Who decides what is canon, what is not?
That's
This isn't freaking Star Wars.
People don't know how movies work.
Well, to me,
the original franchise is 1 through Resurrection. Therefore, that is the canon. In my opinion, at least. I mean,
well, to me, Halloween 2 from 1981 is like, that's pretty much the true continuation to me. Like, they go together so well. It's a perfect companion piece. It picks up right after the original left off. When I watched this movie, it was just kind of like a what-if scenario. What if he hadn't gone on to continue his killing spree? What if he got captured? A very good what-if, a very interesting what-if. And I think they definitely understood. I like how they brought to question, is he a cold, emotionless, pure evil force of nature, or is he just a typical homicidal mental patient? Is he just an ordinary human with homicidal tendencies, or is he actually a pure evil, unstoppable force? I really like how they kind of brought that into question. They didn't really give a definitive answer. They kind of made it up to your interpretation. I think that was. I think it was dead.
What's Dave doing? Are you okay, Dave?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Where
Dave.
did go?
There's Sean. Hello, Sean.
I don't know, but I can't hear the dark fade anyways. I can't even hear
thank
him.
goodness you're here.
I've also seen like.
Yeah, my voice was way too.
Damn it, Hellhound! What were you just saying? I forgot what we were talking about.
I was just talking about the continuity, like how I think Halloween 2 is the proper continuation. Like that's the definitive sequel, and this one just kind of like more of a what if scenario. A very good what if scenario, but just kind of a what if nonetheless. As much as I loved it, you know.
Tell you what, I'll write it down.
Really understood the character.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
So yeah. So my thoughts, guys. Can you hear me?
I can, Sean. Yeah.
Yeah, now we can.
Yeah, we got you, Sean.
So yeah, Hellhound, I totally agree with you on that. This movie does not trump Halloween 2, in my personal opinion. I consider that the true sequel, but I did enjoy the film nevertheless. It had a lot of great moments, a lot of great tension, a lot of great scares, and Michael Myers was freaking awesome. And I think Jamie Lee had the best performance of her career in the film.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I would put it at probably number 3.
Number 3, Sean? Is that what you said? Number 3?
Right after 2.
Same here. It's either 3 or 4. The first 2 are the top 2, and probably always will be. And then part 4 was always my third favorite, and so this one's either kind of teeter-tottering between this and Halloween 4. Halloween 4 is obviously more nostalgic, and I have more like sentimentality for it, and it just gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling. It's like my happy place. Halloween 4 is like my happy place, and this new one is just, you know, something I didn't grow up with, something I don't have like emotional attachments to. So it's hard to say.
Yeah.
I'll have to give it more time.
No Star Wars, Sean. Or sorry, Movie Massacre. So I've been blocked out of chat again. Sorry. Yeah, Movie Massacre, I'm trying to not say people's names, feels like it's going in the same direction as Star Wars. No!
And that's
Although I like
and
the
that's
new
a
Star
bad
Wars
thing?
movies. I like
In
the
a
new
good
Star
way
Wars
or a
movies.
bad way?
I think he means in a bad... Does you mean in a bad way, Movie Massacre? Is he taking the piss? Strange Monkey's laughing.
Probably.
I love Star Wars, and I love the way it is right now, so I'm good with that.
Me
Yeah,
too.
I
I'm the
like
minority.
it too.
It's like, I don't want to go off topic, but basically, in order to be considered a true Star Wars fan now, you have to hate the new movies. Like, you have to be a hater of the new ones in order to be a Star Wars fan by all the elitists out there. I don't care for that. I think that's so stupid.
Bollocks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
really
you
is.
just
It
have to
really
hate
is.
Last Jedi. You can like
Yeah,
JJ's work.
exactly.
You just can't like Last Jedi.
Yeah. It's like, you can like this movie, but you can't like this movie. And if you like this movie, you're not a true Star Wars fan. You have to hate this movie. You have to think this movie's okay. And then it's so stupid.
I still think Rogue One may be one of the best technically movies in the whole series.
Which
What
one?
did you think of Solo? Sorry, I said Rogue One, Hellhound, I think.
What's that?
You liked Solo? Was that a thumbs up?
It was okay.
I loved it.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. I haven't seen that one yet.
I liked it.
What's Dave doing? Dave's tunneling in the bed. Dave, come back! What are you doing? Dave is tunneling in the bed.
Wait, who's wearing a Leatherface mask? Strange Monkey says cool Leatherface mask.
Oh yes,
Who's
who's
wearing
that?
Leatherface?
Jason.
That's awesome, Jason. I love that.
Oh.
That is
I
all
can't
kinds
see
of awesome.
Jason right now.
Jason's
I don't
wearing a
see
leather.
Jason.
You don't see it. Oh, it looks awesome. That's scary AF.
Hey, Dave.
Yep.
So, what are your thoughts on the film?
My thoughts pretty much the same as you guys. There were a couple characters that pissed me off, and pretty much the same. I liked it a lot.
It's hard to not talk about spoilers.
Yeah.
Somebody else is going to have to type in the chat because I can't. It's blocked me out entirely. I can't respond to anyone.
Yeah, Dave, what do you think of the soundtrack, David?
Shut your thing down, Lisa, and restart it on the chat.
You mean YouTube? Or do you mean...
Yeah, on your YouTube.
Right, I'll try that.
No, on your YouTube. It does that to me too sometimes if I just start it over.
Okay,
It's usually a connection issue. So...
Yeah, I love the soundtrack.
Yeah, I liked how it had elements of like something new and a lot of the classic original.
Yeah.
A lot of nods to the original series as well, including Halloween 2
Like
and Halloween 3.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's all through there. And this is not a spoiler, but did anybody see the Halloween 3 masks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was in the trailer,
I didn't see them.
It was
You
a
didn't
scene
see
In
where
the
Laurie-
credits, it said there was... Yeah. Which
It was
one
very
was it?
brief.
Which one was it? The witch?
The witch and
It
the
was all
skull.
three
Which
of
one
them.
was it? The witch,
Pumpkin.
pumpkin, or the...
The
pumpkin
jack-o'-lantern,
and
the
the
skull,
skull, right?
and the witch. All three of them.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was very brief.
I just saw in the credits where it said that they were used with permission, but I didn't actually see them.
It was very brief. Like, it was like a blink and you'll miss it moment almost.
Yeah, there was pretty much a salute to every single movie except for maybe I didn't see anything for Resurrection or the Rob Zombie films. But every other movie got a salute.
Boo-hoo.
There was a van with Resurrection on it, wasn't there? Was that Jason told me that?
Yeah,
There was what?
I think Jason told me that there was a van with Resurrection written on it. I think it was Jason.
but it was like I actually thought that was a thing at part 4, where Dr. Loomis gets the ride with the where he gets the ride with the preacher, the crazy preacher guy.
Yeah.
I thought that was because of it's like one of those religious people's vans, and I thought it was a nod at that.
Could have been.
Yeah, it was a nod of resurrection because it focused on the resurrection on the side of the van.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I really didn't notice it that much.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that. I didn't even give that a second thought. Yeah, Resurrection. I didn't even give that a second thought.
Christian got to see all 3 of the Halloween 3 masks. Christian's a massive fan of Halloween 3, and kudos to him for sticking up for it, because most people slag it off. I love it, but not as part of the franchise. I would like it outside of the franchise.
I would consider it part of the series, but like, I
kudos to
Christian.
Christian.
Halloween 3 is the worst. It's definitely.
It's not. Oh no, it's not. No way.
I think it's better than Halloween. Way better than Resurrection. I think it's better than Halloween 5 as well.
That one.
Leo has asked, do they address the fact that Myers will be at least 60, if not older?
Yes.
They don't. He is old. You see a little bit of the side of him in it, so yeah, they don't make an issue out of it and they don't go into it, but
yeah,
you can tell he's much older. Yeah.
He would be 61 because he was 21 in the original, so this is 40 years later, so he'd be 61.
And that's not really that old. And I wanted to talk about that too, because did anybody else think that when, like, it's not really an issue at all, but once he put that mask on, it completely left my mind. Like, I never once thought about him being old.
Yeah.
It's just Michael Myers again. And it's like completely out of there. He was so good.
He's Michael Myers. I mean, he was 21 and he lifted that guy up like, you know.
Right, Sean's trying to speak, but really, it's things. What were you trying to say, Sean?
Well, he certainly didn't have any trouble getting around.
No, this is true.
Yeah. And the stuff he did, the strength he had in this movie. Exactly. I mean, if he's 60, he was working that prison yard, let me tell you.
Yeah.
To me, he still felt like unstoppable, you know?
Yeah.
Almost supernatural.
He still had that supernatural presence.
That's just something so many people made an issue, such a non-issue in the movie. This was Mike, like I've said numerous times that part 6 is Michael at his most brutal. This one's right there with it, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, Michael was brutal. He was strong. I don't want to give anything away by, some of the stuff, but some of the feats of strength he did in this movie. Yeah. Like, okay, the last actual kill that we see at the end of the movie, I'm not going to say what it is. And then Michael does something with the body, right? I'm sitting there thinking, like, how the hell did he get that there?
It's almost like the Terminator at some points. I think it's pretty brutal in part 2 as well.
Jen has said, are the 2 cops that are used for humor a reference to the cops in part 5?
I think so. I put that in my review, too.
You're right. They're talking about the peanut butter.
I put that in my review, too.
I hate.
You hate what, Sean?
I hate that scene.
Do you?
Me too.
I don't hate the scene, but I was like, what the fuck?
Well, that's the thing. That's why I put it.
Look at Jason.
That's why I put it at number.
It was a forced attempt at comedy. It was kind of a lame, like, typical modern comedy, like, scene.
Have you seen Jason's mask? Sorry to interrupt, but I have to before he suffocates. Look at that. That is awesome.
They're cool.
Love it. You must have some collection, Jason.
A few. Not many, a few.
Poison. Get some of that down, you do.
Poison over there. Poison. Is that like the Alex Cooper thing?
Jason has all the costumes. Yes, Ben, he does.
I do. I do. I used to go trick-or-treating with my daughter a lot, so I have quite a few.
I like all of them. I love that one you're wearing now.
I got a few more.
Jason is on a roll, Strange Monkey says. Movie Massacre.
So what else can we say? What else can we say without giving spoilers away,
I think we've said we all really enjoyed it. There were small issues for all of us, but nothing that really detracted from enjoying it. Just little bits.
I think we all have the same
issues. Did you catch the, I noticed there were 2 blatant nods to the original. Like, scenes taken straight from it, you know.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I
yeah.
love
Notice
that.
Yeah.
We've got another new mask. Is that's the new that's the new one, isn't it, Bronco?
Yes.
It is Maskarama.
Nice.
Strange Monkey was asking, is that the new one? Yes.
He forgot to take the tag off, though.
He says that he's not taking it off. He says no. Strange Monkey. Strange Monkey said, "What did you all think about the opening credits? I loved them.
Loved it. They brought back the jack-o'-lantern coming to the screen. I knew they would. I knew they would.
Awesome.
I knew they would do that. I'm so glad. I've been waiting for a sequel to do that for so long. Like,
Yeah, that was really cool.
Blew me away. Took my breath away. So I love that. I love
Leo got sent a screener for a new Halloween parody movie where he wears a Donald Trump mask. We need to see that, Leo. Oh, I really don't want to review that one.
That's awesome.
So, hey, Lisa.
Yeah.
I noticed in your review that I watched you had an issue with Judy Greer.
Yeah, I did not like the casting at all. I do like her in comedy, but you would think she was supposed to be a bit more badass or had something about her, but she was too wishy-washy for me. I loved her granddaughter. She was great. Loved her. I didn't like the casting for the daughter, but that's a really small thing. I didn't see the point in the husband either. Her husband was just, they could have made her a single mother.
The husband?
Oh, Jesus, he was a
That's what I thought.
But besides
Please
those,
excuse my language, but the husband was a big old pussy. I just wanted to slap him.
There was no need for
He's
him.
one of my... The husband, the boyfriend, and those are my two biggest cons, is the husband and the boyfriend. They're just annoying, dumb, needless characters.
Yeah, but horror needs those, don't they? So we can dispatch with the annoying characters.
The daughter got better.
One I hated a lot worse than all of those.
Who's
and
that,
I
Sean?
can't talk about it.
Oh, I bet I know who it is.
I know exactly who you're talking about. I know exactly who you're talking about. People were pretty divided on that character. People were pretty divided on whether that was good or bad. I thought it was kind of interesting and something
I loved
new.
it.
But at the same time, I can see why somebody wouldn't like it. I'd see how it could rub somebody the wrong way. But I think there was a reason for it. And again, I can't go into spoilers, but I think there was definitely a reason for it.
Yeah.
Basically, they didn't want to do the same old thing yet again.
Yes, I didn't want them to compare that character too much to one we used to have.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like it could have cut him out and there would be no difference whatsoever.
I liked him. I did like him. Kelly says she likes Judy Greer, but she agrees the husband, she wasn't keen on him either.
I agree.
Oh, Ben says, Cadaver Club, the husband was one of the bullies from the original. I didn't know that.
Because he was friends with
Did you guys know that?
Lonnie.
Yeah,
right.
Lonnie, I noticed that too.
Yeah.
Lonnie, get
your ass away from there.
Yep.
Anybody else
that was
notice
the boyfriend's dad was Lonnie.
Anybody else notice the Elrod's name drop?
Yes, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was actually awesome.
Oh, and man, I couldn't remember that name when I was doing my review. I couldn't remember the name when I did my review. I just called it that old lady and the guy. I couldn't remember the name.
But didn't you guys think the scene was awesome when the kid was in the yard?
Yes.
You know, that kid that was trying to get with Annie Madchak, and he sees Michael like off in the background, and you just
be careful. Be careful. Don't say too much.
Yeah,
I know.
That was a real douchey move, though. Part I gotta say, that's not giving anything away, you know, as the story really goes. But that was a douche move.
See, I went into it knowing nothing, which is how I like. I only watched the first trailer and then refused to look at anything else because I wanted to know nothing. That's how I like these
like the plague.
Yeah.
I didn't want to know anything about it. I wanted to go in completely blind.
Strange Monkey says they did a great job honouring Loomis. I agree. I miss Loomis incredibly. Strange Monkey does an awesome impression. Get Strange Monkey to do his impression of Dr. Loomis for you sometime. It's very good.
It'll never be
I
a
wish I
true
would
Halloween movie
have
without
watched
Loomis.
Right,
Good.
Hellhound, go ahead.
I was just saying, it'll never feel like a true Halloween movie without Loomis, but
Exactly.
they did a damn good job considering.
I agree.
Well
I
said.
agree. There will never be another Loomis. Never. Never!
He was one of a kind.
CGI Loomis in there.
I had a big problem with the trailer. I think that the trailer gave away the entire movie, and that kind of irritated me.
That's why I didn't watch it.
Yeah. Do you mean one of the later trailers, Jason?
It
Yeah.
gave away the entire movie, except for like
I
a few
heard that.
points.
That's why I
They
didn't
always
watch
do
it.
that nowadays. They always do that now.
I don't know.
Trailers. That's why I don't like to watch them. They always give away too much.
The best part.
Yeah, they put the best parts in there.
I don't
and
know
they
if I
gave away
really
the-
agree with that, Jason, because I mean, it is a Halloween movie. Okay, we're going to have a basic story that everybody's already going to know. You know, and there was quite a bit in this movie that we can't talk about right now, unfortunately, like the doctor shit, you know, and stuff like that. That wasn't in any of that.
I thought it ruined one scene though, the scene where the closet, you know,
Yes.
Yeah.
with the blonde girl. That
Yeah.
ruined it.
Jen wants to know what everyone's favourite part of the movie was, but we'll try if we can do it without spoilers.
It's hard to do without spoilers.
I'll just say things that will make sense to anyone that's seen it and won't spoil it for people that haven't. I liked the yard, and I liked something in the house quite near the end. Anyone else can give a favourite part without spoiling it?
I like when Michael killed.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you,
Do
Jason.
one at right, Jason, what did you say?
I said I like it when Michael killed people.
The,
When did that happen? Did I miss that part?
Yeah.
the third kill in the second act, you know, that was the best.
You gotta get that to the-
What was the kid's name that she was babysitting?
Actually, say again, Dave?
The kid she was babysitting was really funny. I liked his character a lot.
Oh yes, he was awesome.
Yeah,
I
I
loved
liked
him.
I like that
It
kid.
was
I
fun.
liked, like Bronco said earlier, I actually liked the humour they introduced to it. It wasn't too much. It was just right. I really liked that character.
It was real. It was
Yeah.
realistic. You know. The I can give you like one of my favorite parts. Go ahead, Sean.
I'll say my favorite part was actually in the trailer. I mean, without giving spoilers away. And it's as simple as this. When he puts the mask on.
Yeah. And it plays the music.
Sean, I was just about to say the same thing. I was just about to say the same thing. Just
Right, we've got
when you
loads
see him
of
put the mask in the tray, but then into the car, you know, there's like a camera in the car, and he shut the trunk, and just that shot of the back window was just so beautiful. I was just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
How
definitely
about
my
you,
favorite part, aside
Mr.
from like.
Hellhound, how about you?
Favorite part?
Yeah. Without
All the
away.
ones that come to mind are kind of a big spoiler, unfortunately. But yeah, when he puts the mask on was good, and which obviously you know he's got to put the mask on at some point, so that's not a spoiler. And he showed it in the trailer, you know. I mean,
Yeah, Bronco, your wife says you're breaking up a bit. You are, definitely.
I will say I wanted a little bit more. I won't give anything away, but I'll say I wanted a little bit more from the escape scene. I feel like it was left kind of ambiguous. I won't elaborate further, but I'll just say I was kind of wanting like a little more detail on that.
Yeah.
I won't say what part of it and why, but I'm just saying.
I could have easily had another half hour.
Same here.
There was some guy behind me who brought his like little kid, his little son, and like an hour and 20 minutes in, he was like, "How long is this fucking movie?" I wanted to turn around and be like, average length.
Yeah, someone sneaked a kid into the show and I went to in the UK. You're not allowed, well, I've said this before, you're not allowed kids into movies like this, but someone sneaked their little boy in to see this one. He seemed to really enjoy it as well.
Wow.
There's tons
When
of
I
kids
saw
in
the
there.
original, there was a little kid sitting really close to me, and it was really distracting. I saw the original at the theater last year. There was a little kid like a few seats down. It was just so distracting, like being there with a little kid seeing all this stuff. It's just kind of like,
Can I ask, just because a couple of other people mentioned it, what were your cinema experiences like? Did people enjoy it? Just ask because in the UK, people do not react to things. They just sit there and watch it, and there's no like, you know what I mean? There's no emotion from people.
that would be
just
nice.
nothing. I
I hate
mean,
people talk
nothing.
during the movie.
I was laughing.
I don't like
British
people.
humor.
I don't like people like interrupting or rustling popcorn or talking, but you know when there's bits and you get proper audience reaction, you know what I mean? You seem to get that in America and you do not get that here. People are really like stony-faced. Or they laugh at stuff that ain't funny.
I think
Every time somebody got killed, I laughed, and everybody was like, especially there's a scene when at the beginning when something like unexpected like death happens. I laughed, and everybody's like, in the car.
My husband does that as well. Oh, yeah, Jason's got another mask on.
that's Jason.
The more gory something is, my husband laughs his arse off. If the gore's really good, it makes him laugh. So I completely understand that. Ben says,
that's the Jason Goes to Hell mask, right?
is that what, right? I need to watch these Jason movies again. It's been years. I need to re-educate myself.
I'm almost done.
Wow, that's quite a task.
I'll get it done. I'm doing 31 days, for God's sake. I can do this. I'll tell you what, though. I'm never doing this again. Never will I do 31 days of October. And I bet Dave's with me, and I bet Jason's with me in that. Bronco's doing it as well, although he didn't announce that he was doing it. He's doing it. No, too much.
Yeah, he did it already.
Oh.
Where did Bronco go?
Oh, he had a really bad signal, so maybe he's gone away to try and reconnect again.
Lose him?
I'm sure he'll pop up in a minute.
Start our next question.
Well, it'll take us a while to get round us all, so fire on with the next one, Sean. We can tell him when he comes back.
Okay, so the next one, we're continuing the Halloween franchise. And the next one is, what is your favorite sequel in the franchise?
Part 2.
Lisa?
Just what Hellhound just said too. I'm really struggling because this one and part 2 for me are really, really close. I'd like to see this one again before I know for sure, but either this one or part 2.
Jason?
Part 2, I gotta say, the original part 2. I loved it. I just thought it picked up right where it left off. I thought it was brilliant. So.
He's back.
Hey Bronco, we're all moved on to what's your favorite? Dear me, I hear a child.
All right.
There's more eating happening here.
Dave,
Bronco, what's your favorite sequel?
Part 2, the original part 2.
Oh, it seems almost unanimous, but until we get to Bronco Juggalo.
Part 3 is my favorite.
Oh, I know what his is.
Resurrection.
Part 3.
I knew
Sorry,
exactly
guys,
what
I had some technical. A.
It's mine now, bitch.
Have you eaten your wife's chocolate? That is unforgivable.
No, she just stole my freaking Snickers bar that I've been thinking about all.
Of course she did. She's a woman. We need the chocolate.
Chocolate.
And then
Hey,
she
don't
called. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had some technical difficulties and my thing shut down. Missed out. What question?
What's your favorite
The question-
sequel in the franchise?
6.
6.
I almost.
Part
Knew that was
6,
coming.
Curse of Michael Myers is my favorite sequel. I love it just a little bit more than I like 2,
Come
and
on.
a little bit more than I like this one. And I'm trying to decide if I like 4 more than I like this one or not. But I love Part 6.
Christian says part 3, and Jen goes with part 4.
Tell Christian to shut up, Jen.
Like three
In fact,
rules.
tell him to do what I tell him to do. Every time Christian mentions Part 3, he has to say the plot of the movie out loud.
Ben from Cadaver Club and Kelly both are saying the new one is their favorite sequel.
Wow.
It's really close for me, guys. Original
So-
part 2 or this. I need to watch the new one again.
Look for the original.
I'm gonna go
Yeah, it's
and
got
cast the
to do with
deciding vote. Halloween 2.
Yeah, you see, Loomis is in 2, so that kind of.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Loomis is awesome too.
Ben
Brad.
is asking Brad, Bronco, which version of part 6 do you prefer?
I prefer the theatrical version for now.
Me too.
I like the producer's cut somewhat, but I don't like what they do with the cults in the producer's cut because nobody can control Michael. Nobody. And I don't like the whole he raped his niece thing. That's just totally gay.
I don't like Michael Myers being Uncle Daddy. That's just terrible.
Yeah, exactly. I do, however, have access to a very exclusive cut of that movie that I haven't had a chance to watch yet, and I can't say who made this cut because then people will be bugging him for it.
I
But
know.
I have access to it, and I'm going to watch it as soon as I can. I just haven't had a chance yet, and according to what he said, he takes all the best from both and puts it together and makes a great cut.
So I've been saying that somebody needs to do that for like years now. Like take the best parts from both of them and make like one ultimate cut. There's things I like about both of them, and there's things I really dislike about both of them. But there's a better movie hidden in there somewhere.
Yeah, I agree.
See, I think if you just concentrate on Michael, if you think about Michael and what he's doing, and kind of, I like the Cold of Thorns stuff, but kind of push it to the side, it's a great film.
I like George P. Wilbur as Michael Myers. George P. Wilbur I think is a great Myers, I will say. He was in the fourth film too, of course.
Yeah.
Movie Massacre
George
says part
Wilbur
6.
is probably my favorite Myers out of all of them, honestly. But I gotta say, man, James Jude, he did a badass job. He made me my new favorite.
Everyone's great on that.
I mean, everyone is Nick Castle, but that's a kind of a cop-out in my opinion. Okay, of course Nick Castle is the best. He's the one that did the character. He made the character what it was. So of course his is going to be the one people like. So if I exclude Nick Castle, I love George P. Wilbur, but James Jude Courtney, oh my God. Sorry, Jason, go ahead.
No, I was just saying hi to Beth. She joined the chat. Hi, Beth.
Is that Bayside Records, Jason?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Beth. Movie Massacre said part 6. Strange Monkey is going with 2.
Yeah, 2's still my favorite.
Beth asked, how old is Courtney? Does anyone know how old Courtney is?
I'd really like to
She
know.
brings me back the trash.
I don't know, Beth. Does anyone know how old the actor is? How old is Jay Courtney? Someone's
I can
asking.
look it up.
Actually, I could
He
look it
didn't
up.
look
That was
old
just
to
lazy.
me.
How old is Jay Courtney?
And I love how they shoot the movie before he gets his mask. You know, where you can kind of see his face a little bit, kind of, but you
61.
never fully see it until one part.
61, Beth, if you
That's not
didn't.
Yeah.
He's the same age as Myers was in the movie.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
I'm still not exactly clear on. I know Nick Castle played him too in the new movie. I'm not really clear on who did what part. Like, it was played by James Jude Courtney and Nick Castle. I'm not really sure who did.
When the
what
mask
part.
drops.
From
Who's
what
the
I
unmasked Michael?
When you
from
see, like-
what I read,
That's James Jude
he
Courtney.
only
No,
did
that
one-
That's
Oh, it is?
the unmask is James Jude all the way up from the beginning
Yeah.
until they show his face like fully. There's one shot where you can fully see his face. It's James Jude Courtney.
that's
Oh.
what I
The
thought.
scene that I think, according to what Nick Castle said, was all his scenes were going to be non-moving scenes.
Oh.
Okay, he wasn't going to
When
be
he's
moving.
standing there silently.
So
that's
I
Basil.
really, oh man, I can't. It's hard to say this without spoilers. Okay, let me just put
But
it this
from
way:
what
as
I
the
read-
balcony scene. Do you know what I'm talking about? The balcony scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the only scene he did.
Strange Monkey says the scene in the bedroom with the mirror was Nick.
That was the only scene he did.
Good. Cool.
I think the balcony scene was too. It just reminded me of him.
Because that was when Lori.
Yeah, I was about to say that too.
But
I
when,
was about to say that one too.
when Lori shoots
a big spoiler.
the
Oops.
window out and it's just a mirror, that's the scene he did.
It would have been interesting if they would have got Tony Moran back to do all the unmasked scenes, because that's who played him unmasked in the first one. So I think that would have been pretty cool
Yeah.
for consistency.
I think he wants to.
Well, the way James Jude looked with like that little bit of scruff, and all, and his
Yeah.
age, it made sense. It did kind of. You could tell that it might have been him. I mean,
Yeah.
at least he didn't look like the guy in Part 5. Not saying that the guy in Part 5 was a bad Michael, because I think he did a
cried.
good job. But at least
Don Shanks.
I'm not even talking about. He never cried. Damn it, he had allergies.
I know.
All right.
Yeah.
Movie Massacre says, be careful, guys. A few spoilers popping out, Movie Massacre says.
Uh-oh, we got
That's not a spoiler.
Beth says, has anyone watched a second time and it changed your opinion? I haven't seen it a second time yet, but
I've only seen it once.
I'm looking forward to when I do. I think we've
No,
only
Beth,
seen it
I
once.
just saw it yesterday.
Drisky McGillicuddy
Yeah.
is going to see it for a second time next week. If you're aware of his channel, he hates it at the moment, so he's going to see it to see if it changes his mind. So that's quite an interesting one to check out, see if it changes him.
I noticed
Nick-
everybody that hates it
You know what-
seem to have a problem with the Michael Myers character. Like,
No, I think everyone loves that. Yeah,
everybody seemed to have
Yeah.
praised the character himself.
it was awesome.
Is it just me, or does everybody that hates it seems to like the Rob Zombie movies?
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like everybody that's talking crap about this movie likes the Rob Zombie films.
Does Drisky
So
like
if
the
you
Rob
ask me,
Zombie
you just got a
movies?
bunch of like haters.
Some people don't appreciate subtlety and simplicity. Some
I'm
people
not-
like loud, in your face, over the top exploitation.
Yeah, but
style.
it's different viewpoints, isn't it?
Each
You've
their
got to
own.
allow people their opinion. There's no right and wrong. It's like some people like that sort of thing, some people don't.
Well, the style
Yes,
Rob
there
Zombie's
is, I'm
movies
right.
fits
Just kidding.
certain horror movies, in my opinion. Like that, like his style fits. It could have fit a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie or even a Friday the 13th movie perfectly. In my opinion, I just don't think that his style, his exploitative style, fits Halloween.
I agree,
Halloween's
I
more
agree.
classy.
And this is
more
from someone
sophisticated.
that did defend it previously, but yeah, I think he needs to stick to his own movies and not go into. I like his early stuff. I love House of a Thousand Corpses. I love Devil's Rejects, but outside of that, it's getting a bit old now. Really, it's a shame because the style's awesome. Oh, we're getting to see.
vulgarity and
Yeah,
all the
it's a bit too much.
profanity
Isn't it?
and the white trash cardboard cutout characters and
Yeah.
all the obscenities and the graphic, vulgar profanity. It's just getting kind of old. I don't know. It was.
I'm just
Oh.
glad Sherry Moon Zombie
Each their
wasn't
own,
in this
each
one.
their own.
The dark,
What's that?
the dark. What's its back?
The Dark Fate.
That's it. The Dark Fate
Dark
has
Fate has
returned.
returned. What have you done with Sean?
Come on, Dark Fate. Don't leave us in suspenders.
His fate is in my hands.
Oh no. Right, Sean, you do realise you have to do a video with you and the Dark Fate in for us, a la Dave Maggot? That would be awesome. And I
We
have
could
to
do a
say,
We can
he
do a
did-
video together.
I saw it, I was just about to say, that was awesome. I've loved every single one I've seen so far. You keep picking people that can really act. I mean, Sean's was awesome. Jen's was awesome. Jason, I didn't even bloody know it was Jason to right at the end when you said, because Darren was doing my makeup at the time. So I must, if you said at the beginning that it was Jason, oh Jesus, what's that?
I used to have them.
That's Hellhound in another outfit. But I love them. I've loved them all. They've been really entertaining, Dave. Awesome.
Shall we go to the next question?
Yes.
I'll be right back real quick, okay, guys?
Okay, can I just ask the chat before we start, has everyone in the chat seen The Spirit of Haddonfield? Because if you have, surely we can talk spoilers. There aren't really any spoilers, are there? It's only a little short thing.
Well, Miss Lisa, you actually skipped the question.
Oh, did I? Favorite say? Oh, favorite overall. Sorry, it's on the same line.
Ah.
What's Dave waving about? There's a beaver on Dave's channel. Ashes and beavers. My God, what's this turning into?
That was the next question. What is your overall favorite film in the franchise?
Sean's trying to pull us back in control. Number one, I think we're all going to say the original, aren't we? Are we?
Original.
Yes. Yes.
Scream is here.
Rate from my ranking.
There's a new Jason.
You got to
mask
rate
on
from my
Bronco.
ranking. Yeah, by the way, this is Jason, and I stopped over and picked up a friend.
There's a Freddy and a Jason. There's a Freddy versus Jason going on there. Are you related to Scream in any way, Dark Fate? I do see a bit of a familial resemblance.
I am a little familiar with the character, yes. I saw the movie.
Jason, I cannot understand a word you're saying right now.
He's my cousin's sister's brother's mother.
Right, okay. I saw the resemblance. There was something.
I did see the resemblance.
Mm-hmm. So
you have a much bigger mouth than I do.
All the better for talking with.
I'm still on his mother's side.
So do we all agree?
So does everyone agree that the original 1978 classic is the biggest Halloween of all time?
Yes,
it's
for
King.
Me. Beth says, sorry, I have to read this out. Beth has said, "Is that a zombiever?"
Zombiever, yeah.
What the hell is that?
That's the movie, wasn't it? Oh, is that what it is?
That's Groundhog from the Groundhog.
I thought it was a beaver. It's the Groundhog from his movie Groundhog, but I love that. Is that a zombiever line? I haven't seen that movie actually. Zombie. What's it called? Zombievers? Zombievers? Can't remember.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Sounds fun.
I still think that has a reference to sex in there somewhere.
Gotta be.
Yeah, my husband's popped up in the chat. You best behave yourself.
Are you talking to me or to your husband?
There's the man.
Who's saying boo masks? I resent that.
It's too much hard work to have a mask on your head all night. Pinhead shirt is very cool, Strange Monkey says.
It is very cool.
So, Lisa, would you like to say the next question?
The next question I've got written down here is what everyone's thoughts was on The Spirit of Haddonfield. Has everyone seen it? In the chat? Right, if we start talking and you haven't seen it and we're ruining anything, shout out and I will see it. But we're probably going to talk spoilers because it's been out long enough if you want to see it.
And it's only 15 minutes long.
Yeah, it's not very long. Right, you start it off this time, Sean, because you haven't got saying very much.
I thought the soundtrack was excellent, what they did with it. The new tweaking of it reminded me combination of 1 and 2 together.
Yeah.
And I thought Vincent, I think his name is DeSante.
DeSante, yeah.
Michael. And I do wish it was longer, yes.
Yeah, I agree.
But what they shot was very well done.
Yeah, I agree 100% with everything you said. People are giving the actress a bit of jip, which I thought, apart from... There's one scene where I thought she could have conveyed fear a bit better, I'll be honest, but I thought she did a really good job. A lot of people have been slagging her off. Someone's got their YouTube sound on again. I'm echoing.
How about your thoughts, Mr. Hellhound?
Well, I mean, obviously it could have benefited from a higher budget, and be longer. But for what it was, I thought they definitely understood what made Halloween so great. You know, they definitely had a very clear respect and a love for the series that was very infectious. While watching it, it really reminded me of what I love so much about the series. So they definitely understood it, honestly, better than some of the directors that made some of the actual official sequels, which I definitely appreciated. And I would have liked to have seen more. You know, it didn't like blow me away or anything, but I definitely thought they had the right idea, and definitely the respect they had for the franchise was definitely dead on. And as you said, the soundtrack was immaculate. Like a combination between the scores from the first 2 films. I thought that was pretty dead on. I thought that was great analysis.
We have a couple of interesting comments from the chat. Beth said she appreciates what they were trying to accomplish, but not for her. And Movie Massacre agrees with that. Strange Monkey enjoyed the tension and atmosphere and said it should have been longer. Jen wished it was longer as well. So that's quite interesting, as most people I've heard say that they loved it. So that's a couple of people not that impressed.
Buckethead.
I agree, though, the atmosphere is great.
What is that, Jason?
That is Buckethead.
Buckethead.
Right, what have I missed? What movie is this?
Guns N' Roses.
He's a musician.
It wasn't a movie, he's a guitar player.
Oh, right.
Very good one.
From where? From what band?
Yeah, but he didn't fit in Guns N' Roses, that's for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Who,
There's no Slash.
I missed
You can't
that.
replace Slash.
Oh,
Right.
right.
I think
I
Never
like that
Hike
album,
Alone
though.
was a slightly better fan film, honestly.
Wait a minute. Dave, did you just say you like Chinese democracy?
Yes.
Oh my god.
You're out of the club. You're
I waited years for it, and I bought it. Now,
I'm still waiting for a good GR record.
Oh, no, the first 2.
Glad Slash.
No, I mean since their last good one.
All right, I've had no interest since, what was the double one that they did years ago?
Use Your Illusion.
Yeah, that's the last one I had any interest. After that, can just go away. The first 2 are
Yeah.
the
I
probably
really
worth
like.
listening to.
But the spaghetti incident.
No,
Dave.
Terrible.
no.
Hey,
Do
Dave.
you think
Garbage.
they'll ever do another one?
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
yeah,
Your beaver showing.
I know it was Mr. Wiggles.
Is that a groundhog, or are you just happy to see us?
Yeah. Exactly. All right.
Uh-oh, my kids are getting in trouble.
What have they done? This is a good
So
thing
Spirit of
about...
Had-
Right, Jason, what are you saying? Spirit of Haddonfield? You haven't answered yet, have you?
I liked it. I thought it was fun. A lot of people had a problem with and I'm talking spoilers, so if no one's seen it, a lot of
Big
people had a
spoiler
problem with the
coming.
closet scene. What's that?
Oh, I just was shouting spoilers at the comments.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people had a problem with the closet scene, but I didn't. I thought it was a nice homage to the original. So,
That's the one scene where I thought she could have conveyed fear a little bit better.
Yeah.
But that was the only thing about the entire thing that I was.
Hey, what's going on out there?
Daddy's coming to kick your arse. Behave yourselves. Hey, Joe. The horror man's here. He's just home from Salem. What are you doing in Salem?
Hey, Joe.
There's the man.
Okay, I thought they were yelling at each other playing.
Yeah, my husband has just raised something that he hates about the Halloween franchise. The end of the first one, there's like an outline of his body and a muddy. He's away now. One of them ends with him lying in like a muddy, like patch of grass, and then when the next one starts, it's all of a sudden lovely lush green grass. That winds him up something shocking. He hates that.
Well, what happened in the first movie? He falls off the balcony in the backyard. I believe it was in the backyard. Then the beginning of the second movie, they're in the front yard.
Right. Was it not the front both times? But just the grass was different.
Well, yeah, the grass did look different too, for sure.
Yeah.
And even Loomis's facial expression was different. At the end of the first movie, he just kind of looks down and he kind of looks at the camera. He's like, "What in the world?" He seemed a little more like he expected it to happen.
Outline on wet grass.
Yeah,
That is one of my nitpicks with Halloween.
The grass was inconsistent
that
too.
they reshot that scene.
You got to remember though too, and you got to kind of, because when they made the first one, they had to do it during the summer in a town that was not fall, and it was not even in the Midwest part of the country. And they had a very low budget. So when they went to do the sequel, it's easy to critique it, but you can't match everything up perfectly.
You can pull some of the grass up and make it look a bit muddy, so that it don't look like a completely different thing.
I don't have a problem.
Well,
I think it makes it interesting.
It's just something that I watch and see, and I just don't care. It's like, oh.
Sean, we're missing everything you said, Sean.
In my opinion, they didn't need to reshoot that scene. They could have continued right from it.
True.
Yeah.
True. Or just use stock footage.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's something that bothers me with this new film, and it's not about the film itself. Okay, at the end of the original, Michael is here, and then we hear his breathing leaving the scene.
Yeah.
So how the hell did the guy get there and arrest him?
Yeah, they didn't explain that a whole lot. They didn't elaborate on that much. I would have loved to have seen like again archive footage at the end of the original, like they did with Texas Chainsaw 3D. I was expecting that, but yeah, they didn't really go into how he was captured and stuff. They just, I mean, I won't get into spoilers, but they didn't explain it very well. In my
Can I just say goodbye to Kelly? Kelly's leaving. She's got work in the morning, and it's midnight. So bye, Kelly. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Bye, Kelly.
Joe says he met Tony Moran today in Salem.
Very cool.
Awesome.
I also met him in Salem.
He's always around here.
I've never met anybody. No fucker ever comes here.
He's in a bunch of my friends' movies and stuff.
My big meet that I want to achieve is Ken Hodder. I know that's a bit off topic, but I would love to meet Ken Hodder so much.
Me too. Me too.
I want to meet Robert Englund.
Nice.
Yeah, I definitely want to. Out of all of them, I think Robert Englund would be the most interesting one to talk to.
He's the hardest.
Yeah.
Or
Bruce Campbell.
maybe Brad Dourif. Brad Dourif would be really good to talk to, too.
Yeah.
I second that.
Are we still talking about Spirit of Haddonfield?
Yeah.
Yes, we never got your opinion on the film.
I liked it. It was a little short for my taste. They're trying to do like a series, and I hope it works out. I hope they can do more episodes, because I do want to see where it goes there. It got that much of my attention. It got that much of my, want. But I do have a problem with that closet scene, Jason.
Jason,
I
go
think
check.
they could have paid the homage without just flat out copying.
Jason, sorry to interrupt. Joe says go check the game. The Ravens are about to tie, so check it.
They just tied.
I think
I got it on here, Jason. I got it on here too.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I think they might be doing another Hatchet movie because Adam Green and Kane weren't at the convention here in Worcester.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
What
so
do
they
Wait a
people-
minute, I thought Victor Crowley.
One is a little excited.
What do you guys feel about the fact that they didn't use Kane for Freddy vs. Jason?
Here
Don't care.
we
I
go.
was
Oh my!
annoyed by that. Very annoyed by that. Oh, Joe's met him a few
Don't care.
times. Oh. Did he choke you, Joe? I know Boogeyman Ben's met him and he got the infamous Kane Hodder choke.
I met Adam Green a
Well,
couple
my
times. Super nice.
opinion on that is that everyone that has played Jason I don't think they're continuing. So why does it have to be Kane every time?
Sean, you're coming through really quiet and I couldn't hear most of that. Do you want to try and repeat?
Well, my opinion on that is that everyone that played Jason did a good job. Why does it always have to be Kane?
Because he just brought something else to the character for me. I don't know, just because it's such an awesome. The breathing. Have you seen the To Hell and Back, the Kane Hodder story? If you haven't, watch it, and that will answer your question. He added movement to a character that wasn't allowed to move because he thought it looked too mannequin-like. So he wanted to add life to the character, but he wasn't allowed to move. So he invented, the really heavy with the shoulders come up and down with the breathing. I just love the man. He can do no wrong in my eyes.
He did make it his own. I think
That's all he brought to the role.
I love him.
That is all he brought to the role. Kane Hodder was so terrible.
There's a reason.
He's the worst Jason.
We're going to get a riot at me here. There's a reason why the line at conventions for Kane Hodder is longer than anyone else's. There's a reason for that. Watch the documentary.
People love Kane Hodder, and I have no idea why. All he did was bring heavy breathing to the role.
He's a nice guy.
The only breathing zombie.
He came up with his own kills and stuff.
Yes,
too.
Jason. Say that again.
Drop. Mic drop.
Mic drop. Different opinion again, but Kane Hodder's awesome. I could talk for half hour as to why he's awesome, but go watch the documentary and then tell me he's not awesome.
He embraced being a character.
Yes, lesbian witches did.
Yeah.
Victor Crowley. You know what I mean? There's a reason that directors want to work with him over and over again. He's apparently one of the most consummate professionals you can work with. And any guy that will get himself set alight for a role when he previously almost died doing that has my utmost respect. He just gives more of himself to a role than most other guys in that position, to me.
It's dedication.
Exactly.
He really embraced playing Jason too. A lot of the other actors had their names removed from the credits, and they just did it and didn't care until it became profitable. Kane Hodder really loved playing Jason and added his own. He came with his own ideas for kills, and he just really embraced the character. He loved the character. Most of the other actors just said, it was a paycheck, and that was it. I mean, not that really has anything to do with the performance, but it just makes him a really cool guy.
If he loved the character so much and wanted to put so much effort into it, why couldn't he do that with his performance?
Well, you feel he didn't. We feel he did. So,
in my opinion, he did. I mean, the heavy breathing. Also, he wanted to do the more hands-on kills. He had certain mannerisms. Yeah, he didn't really do a lot that Ted White hadn't already done. Admittedly, Ted White and C.J. Graham and even Richard Brooker kind of already did a lot of that. So it wasn't like he did anything other than the breathing. He didn't really bring too much new to the character. He just made it his own. He just really, I don't know. There's just something about it.
French Monkey
I
says,
still maintain that
people have different opinions on Kane as Jason, but there's no denying he was incredible as Victor Crowley.
That's true.
Absolutely. And
he was great as Jason too.
He practically invented that character.
When he played the BTK killer?
I don't remember much about that.
Something about the BTK killer? I didn't hear the beginning, Sean.
Kane played in that movie. He played the title role.
He has played so many roles I didn't even know about till I watched that documentary, honestly. I've been quite late on the radar with this
That
stuff.
was my personal favorite.
He played Ed Gein too.
Yeah,
Yes, he played loads of
Yes.
I think
Those
Steve
are-
Railsback did a much better job as Ed Gein than Kane Hodder, honestly. He even
Yeah.
looked like
I
him.
agree.
Kane
I
Hodder
agree.
looks nothing like Ed Gein, and he's too built. Like
He's too big.
Ed Gein was kind of like an everyman. He had an average build, and that's what made him so scary. You didn't see it coming, you know.
Shall has
David,
everyone?
what are your thoughts on that?
Who was that?
What?
What are your thoughts about Kane Hodder as Jason?
As
Did you
Jason, or
ask-
Yes.
I like him as Jason. He's my favorite Jason, but yeah. But probably because he's done it.
Did
He
you
did it so
feel
many
that
times,
he
you know.
needed to be in Freddy versus Jason?
I would have liked to see him in Jason, yeah, in Jason versus Freddy, but he was like, I guess the same height, so they had to get Ken Kersinger.
Yeah.
Jason the Tower.
Strange Monkeys just mentioned. Has anyone seen the trailer for Death House?
Yeah.
It
No.
looks incredible. It's just raised that looks awesome. It's just so many people in it that's like, wow.
Is that the one they're saying is like the Expendables of horror?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That looks
My
so
friends
good.
have already seen it at a festival.
Oh, what did they like it? Any good?
Yeah.
Like Uncle Dave.
Okay.
My friends are really close with Kane.
Oh, awesome.
Like
You
Tom
need to get-
Savini, Kane Hodder, Jason Lively, Ricky Bobby Dean.
You need to get on that. You need to get on that, Dave. Friends of friends. Get yourself in
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Oh,
We hang
Lena
out-
thought
we
the
hang out
trailer
with
looked
them.
terrible. No.
That's what we did back in June at ScareCon. We're hanging out with like everybody all night, like the kid from Night of the Creeps, the guy from
Jason Lively?
yeah, Freddy's Dead, Carlos. He's probably the coolest guy I've ever met. He's the coolest dude ever.
Lively hasn't done anything in a long time.
I think he's in that Felissa Rose movie that they're making now.
Awesome.
Killer
I love
Rose.
Felissa Rose. Big
Yeah.
fan of
What's
Felissa
that?
Rose.
Killer Rose.
Angela from Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah. Yeah. When we hang out with her, we hang out with like pretty much like Tom Savini was walking around, and I was like, "Should I go talk to Tom?" She's like, "Yeah, go for it." I'm like, it's like every time I say hi, I feel like he's like my grumpy grandpa. He's like, "Hi." I'm like, he's
I've
talking.
heard that a lot about Mr. Savini.
He's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh, yeah. He's one of my heroes.
I get that everybody loves Kane Hodder, and I'm not berating anybody's choices in Jason, but in my opinion, there's a reason why he's in 4 of what are considered the worst movies in the franchise.
That's
And
also
part-
opinion.
I always hear the same complaints about...
I'm just saying that, Jason. It is my opinion. It's
Shall we?
I think
because
C.J.
of him,
Graham
though.
and Derek Mears were way better.
They weren't bad because of Kane Hodder. Like Jason
need
Goes
to
to
watch
Hell
them all
and
again.
Jason X weren't bad because of Kane Hodder.
Actually, Jason X is the only one I
think
like
they're
him in, and I
underrated.
love that movie.
Are we ready
Who's your
for the
favorite
next
Jason?
one?
Who's
No.
your favorite
What's the next
Jason,
one?
Bronco?
Say again?
Who's your favorite Jason?
Who's my favorite Jason?
Yeah.
Derek Mears.
Oh.
Derek
Mine's
Mears
Ted
was
White.
the best, hands down, Jason.
I like
I
Ted
also
White the
love
best.
C.J. Graham from 6. C.J. Graham was amazing.
Ted White, C.J. Graham, and Richard Brooker, and Kane Hodder are my favorites.
Ben says
Derek Mears did
7
good.
was rad.
Derek Mears did good too. I'll give him that.
I love 7 too. Yeah, 7 was an awesome movie.
I agree. It's underrated.
You like 7, Jason?
I do. Loved all the ones that Kane played in.
I think
Except for It's a Good
7's
Hell.
like okay movie. It's just so forgettable.
I think Jason had the best look in that movie. The makeup job where he gets his where he's unmasked. It
He-
looked awesome. And
yeah, his
skeleton
look
bones
in
were
that movie was
exposed. It looked
amazing.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is the best
Rib-
Jason look right there.
Absolutely.
There's a really interesting question
You
here.
even like-
Can I read
you
this
even like
question?
Jason X?
Go ahead, Lisa.
Beth has asked, this is an interesting one. Do you think that with the social media era we're living in, the oversharing / spoiler / YouTube reactions and opinions have negatively affected the movie experience?
Yes.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
trailers
Yeah.
definitely. I like
Yep.
like seeing the reviews and stuff online afterwards. I love like getting other people's thoughts as to what they thought about the movie. But like example, just I'll pull it out. Killer Flicks. Someone posted stills from the new Halloween movie, the actual kill scenes, and you go on thinking, oh, I'm not going to see anything, and you see clips, you see like stills, pictures. I hate it. That's why I generally don't watch a trailer. If it's something I don't want to know anything about, I will not watch a review, anything, until I've seen it.
I think DVDs and special features ruin the film going experience because they give you so many choices, like the deleted scenes and alternate endings and alternate beginnings and stuff. You just have so many choices. It's not like just a sacred thing that you used to just go to the theater or buy on VHS, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
People wonder how they did things and not actually know.
Huh?
I don't.
Yeah, it kind of takes away the
You mean
mystique of it, I guess.
just like wonder how they do things and not actually.
Well, I mean,
know
I like
how they-
I like featurettes and behind the scenes, but I don't need like 17 different endings that, like, you know, like I want something solid. It used to be like the solid thing, and then like I love DVDs obviously, but like I think like having so many options for people to pick from when it's just like it used to be a penultimate thing, like this solid thing that you used to have, but now there's like I don't want to see what's on the cutting room floor, you know. And if you want to put out a director's cut, put out the director's cut, like, you know.
I don't know, David, because you still get to go to the theater first. I mean, you still get to go to the movie first. You don't.
But then the DVD
you
comes
have
out,
that, like you said, you have that choice. You don't
Yeah.
have to watch those things if you don't want to, you know.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people do these days, you know. I think that's kind of
because
I will say this. I actually found out something about myself when I went and saw this movie yesterday. And it's that I love going to the theater, especially when there's like a good movie, and I like it when it's packed, especially when it's like a good action movie or something. But I realized that I don't like seeing horror movies in packed theaters.
Yeah.
It kind of takes away from the mood a little bit.
Yeah.
It's less scary.
Because, you know,
The
like Lisa was saying, you hear people, you know, unrustling their popcorn or, you know, or laughing at a moment you don't think is funny.
Today, some guy was kicking a chair all through the movie.
Well, like, when I'm watching, like, you know, Fast and Furious 4 in theaters, I'm cool with it. It's like, yeah, you know, it's just an action movie. Who cares? But like, it kind of it didn't ruin the mood for me, but it did kind of like, I was like, man, shut up, you know?
Yeah, that's the good thing about living in Ireland and going to the cinema to see horror. It's so unpopular. I think there were about, besides me, 10 people in the theatre, and it was the second showing of it. Like, it was Friday. We got it Friday afternoon, so I went like tea time, 6 o'clock, and there was like 10 people in the cinema. So it's crap that horror isn't really popular here, but if you want to go to the cinema and see one, it's very quiet.
That's what Hellfest was like. There's like one other person or two other people in Hellfest, and I went to see it.
Oh, I have to see that still. I haven't seen that yet.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
That looks good.
Good slasher.
So we should probably get a move on here, being that we're 2 hours in. We still got a few more questions. Number 5 is, what's your favorite Halloween candy?
Anything Reese's, anything with peanut butter in.
Absolutely.
Oh, speaking of which, Lisa, did you see the Goldbergs this week?
I know who's in the Goldbergs this week. You mean Friday or something else?
No, last week, the one that just happened.
I'm not sure. What happened?
They went to Hershey Park.
No, I haven't seen that yet. Oh, well, that might be hungry. I'll have to get something to eat to watch with that.
I love that place.
I went to Hershey Park. It's awesome.
Me too. I've been there 3 times.
God, why do we not have these things?
Chocolate World.
Hellhound, where do you live at?
Virginia.
Oh, that's right. What part?
The suburbs of Richmond.
Really? Okay. I have family in Virginia, in Culpeper.
Do you?
I do.
Wow, really?
I do.
My dad used to live there. My dad lived in Culpeper for over a decade.
Very small. Very small.
Small world.
Yeah, it's not small anymore, but yeah, it's pretty small.
Yeah.
Cool
I got family in West Virginia.
Me too.
You may know them. They're called the Hilliker brothers.
Were they in the Wrong Turn movies?
I told my grandmother that. She was not impressed.
The people in the Wrong Turn movies would be afraid of. They'd be afraid of my family who lives in West Virginia.
Isn't that where Deliverance took place?
Ding, 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 ding.
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
Leo has asked, what is candy corn? People always talk about it. I don't know either, Leo. Is it those little, like, yellow things that look like corn, but they're sweeties?
Yes.
Is that it?
Yeah, those little yellow, white, and orange things.
We don't have those here.
I don't know what they're made out of. But
Halloween candy.
They're like little sweets, Leo, that sort of are orange, white, and yellow, and they sort of look like a bigger version of a bit of sweet corn.
Somebody send Lisa some candy corn.
We don't have them. Honestly, it's... Oh, Horror, Joe's eating some right now. Don't be telling me that. There's no sweets in our house.
I love it, but it's not the best candy.
How about Bronco? What's your favorite?
I like those little Reese's pumpkins.
Oh, yes, yes.
I love Reese's, and the Reese's pumpkins are yummy. By the way, Lisa, I'm sorry for what I said about Kane Hodder. Please don't hold it against me.
No,
I can't tell if it's makeup or if you're seriously pissed off at me.
No. Well, no, that's just my face. I've got resting
Your face got. While we were talking about Kane Hodder, my phone froze on your face. And you had this look on your face like you were wanting to murder me.
That was me sending some jiggery pokery.
Got the knife out?
Well, couldn't hear you. What'd you say, Sean?
With the makeup.
Is that when you brought the knife out?
Oh, the knife.
Oh, that was my husband saying you're not utilizing your knife in the chat, so I brought it out. my cane Hodder.
I also like
Rice
Krispie treats. That's always been a big Halloween treat for my family.
Beth likes caramel candy corn. That sounds nice.
I guess anything Reese's is my favorite.
Never heard of that one.
Reese's. Everyone loves Reese's.
Yeah, I love peanut butter.
Yum. We only got those relatively, not that long, probably 2 or 3 years ago.
Really?
It's like what is it that they do on we watched a movie? I have seen the coming of that. That was how I felt when I first had Reese's. Have you seen We Watched a Movie's review of Halloween? It's so funny.
They're great.
Who haven't we asked about, Andy?
I think we asked everybody.
That's another thing we didn't call it.
Jason, what'd you say?
I like dark chocolate. Anything with dark chocolate.
I need to send you some raspberry ruffles.
What's that?
I'm going to send you some raspberry ruffles. You have to try them. They're awesome.
Yeah, I would love to.
One of my juggalo buddies over in Germany, because I used to live in Germany, he sent me a box filled with German candies. I was so grateful.
What are they like? Are they nice?
Oh, Germans make the best chocolates ever. Way better than the Swiss.
The nicest chocolate ice cream I ever tasted in my life was in Germany. I've never managed, the dog's coming, I've never managed to have ice cream as nice as the one I had in Germany. Are you going to show her pumpkin jumper?
Yeah.
He sent me some of those Ritter Sport. He sent me the Ritter Sport rum chocolates, And oh my God, with the rum nougat inside, oh, nothing like 100 proof candy.
My dog's cross. Honestly, I apologize. She's going out for her. She's going. Oh Jesus Christ! She's going out for her bedtime wee. She's rather excited. It's a full moon, Darren says that's the reason.
Oh, it's Frankie's girlfriend.
Yes. Jen likes Rice Krispie treats and Reese's Pieces for Christian.
Oh, Rice Krispies treats are good, and what, Reese's Pieces? They're pretty good.
Have you read the peanut butter and chocolate Rice Krispie treats?
They're just like Rice Krispies, aren't they?
They have peanut butter ones, Dave?
Peanut butter and chocolate, yeah.
Oh. Don't think you get those here. I may have to investigate.
And there's one with chocolate chips in it.
Oh, dear me.
Did any of you ever see that?
We gotta go shopping for Lisa.
Harley, give me those. Brandon, give me that before you ruin them. Give me those. Did anybody ever see that Family Guy episode where it shows how they invented Reese's?
Oh yeah.
No, I haven't seen that.
The two police officers, and they got shoots him.
Yeah.
Officer Reese's.
Starburst over a campfire?
Beth says, try roasting a starburst over a campfire sometime. You'll thank me. That sounds good. Were they always... They used to be called opal fruits here, but they changed the name to bring it in line with America to call it starburst. But we used to call them opal fruits.
Marathons.
You know, we got Maltesers over here now.
Oh, no, I like Maltesers. We used to call Snickers marathons as well. We have to change that to match other people. It's like, why? What's wrong with marathons?
Yeah,
No, you must call them Snickers.
Well, they had I think they actually had another candy bar called Marathons, and the Snickers company got sued.
Did they? Is that what happened?
I think there's actually another. There was because in Germany we used to have those too, but we also had Snickers, and
what you did? No.
So I think they got sued because of using the other countries they were using that name.
Right.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to those to marathon bars. They must have. That explains it, right?
Dave, my husband's still going on about lesbian witches. I'm sorry. Dave is not. He's going to direct Lesbian Witches, and he's going to get Megan Fox, so Sean will enjoy it.
Yeah, buddy. If it's got Megan Fox in it, I'm seeing it.
Danielle Harris. You got to have Danielle Harris in there.
Nice.
Without the bad Botox.
Bronco's wife says, Juggalo, that candy bar was great. Oh, she's taking the message away. No, don't tease him how much that candy bar was nice. That amused me.
my thing froze. I'm resetting it.
I tell you what, if somebody ate my chocolate...
Did you know that all those...
Sorry, Brad. Go ahead.
Did you know that all the candies that are done by the Mars company, Snickers, Three Musketeers, well, except for Three Musketeers, all those candy bars are actually named after racehorses?
No, I didn't know that.
Interesting.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I just like eating them.
One piece of trivia.
All of the sweeties.
I just eat them.
Bronco, your wife says that chocolate was so good. That chocolate bar that she ate that was yours, she really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That would be a murderable offense in this house. If someone ate my chocolate and then told me it was good, they have to leave.
And it's not like I get to eat a lot of candy, I mean.
Oh, you can't either, can you?
Is that when you turn into wicked?
Oh, sorry. Movie Massacre says horror, guys. Horror. Sorry, we have completely right.
Hey, some of the questions were about Halloween.
Somebody asked us what our favorite Halloween candy was. And I got carried away because we're talking about sweeties. So can we go on to then Horror Anthology? Is that the next one on the list?
The horror anthology film for.
Is it just horror anthology or Halloween horror anthology? I haven't seen that many, to be
Horror
fair.
anthology film.
I have to go with Creepshow, I think.
You took my answer.
Sorry. I haven't seen. Let me disgust you all. I haven't seen Creepshow 2 yet.
Oh,
Really?
Oh,
probably everybody's answer though.
So I have to watch that. People have told me it's better than the first one. I don't know. We shall
Not
see.
better.
Not
It's definitely
quite.
get it started.
you gotta watch
Better than the first.
Oh yes,
Definitely need to watch it.
Strange Monkey says VHS. I love that as well. Strange Monkey VHS is awesome. It's proper creepy.
I like VHS too.
I haven't seen VHS yet.
Oh, it's awesome.
Tales from Halloween is good too.
Trick or Treat.
Yeah.
Yep. That's awesome.
Tales from the Dark Side of the movie is great.
Yeah, Beth just said that. Tales from the Dark Side.
The original
Yeah,
Tales from
good
the
job.
Crypt from
Tales from the Crypt
1972
was
Yeah,
a
the
great
Tales from the
movie,
Crypt,
too.
yeah, with the Razor Maze.
and Vault of Horror as well.
Yeah. Yes.
Trick
Yeah,
or
this-
Treat.
By the way, Deliverance was filmed in, takes place in Georgia.
Really?
From a whisper to a scream.
Haven't seen that. I haven't seen many anthologies, shamefully.
I really like
We should
Tales
have-
from the Hood. I think that's really fun, and the second one's on Netflix now.
It just came
I-
out, I think, didn't it?
I was
The second one.
surprised to like that. I thought I'd hate it, but I actually liked it.
And then I like Creepshow. I'm not a huge anthology person. I'm
Yeah,
probably
not
the only
either.
person out there that likes All Hallows Eve, but it's only because I love that Terrifier segment so much.
Yeah, Art the Clown. That was the first movie with Art the Clown, not counting that short. Yeah, he was in All Hell's Eve, and then they did Terrifier, which was all about him.
The second
Really
All
cool
Hallows
stuff.
Eve is total garbage.
Yeah,
What
I don't
about
think
you?
the Art the Clown was in that. I don't think it was the same makers or anything.
What about you, Sean? What's your favourite?
I would have to say Creepshow.
Yeah.
Amazing. I love every story in it. I love all the actors. I love everything about it. It's scary.
Have your favourite story?
I'd say the scariest one is the crate.
The Crate's my favourite.
Yeah.
My favorite is the one. My favorite was the. I can't remember what it's called right now. The one where he buries the guy in the neck in the sand.
Something to tide you over.
Yes, that's it. Something to tide you over.
Yeah.
With
Although-
Leslie Nielsen and Ted Danson.
That's
When
my
he-
favorite.
I love that one.
Yeah.
They needed to put the crab at the end of that. You know, when he's buried in the sand right at the end, they should have had the crab wander up to him. That would have been a better vibe. You know, the little crab that's at the beginning. Put it at
Does
the
anybody
end.
else? I love Creepshow, but does anybody else think that the bug scene or the bug one is kind of boring?
I don't like that one. It's more gross than scary. It's just like
Yeah.
more gross out.
Yeah.
It was a cool idea, and E.G. Marshall
the
is
shot.
great as Upson Pratt, but it was more like disgusting than like actually scary.
Yeah, some people are like, as well, Queenie Todd hates roaches and she can't watch that. It terrifies her because she hates them so much. Do you know that it cost 50p for each of those roaches and there were 250,000 of them used in it? So
Yeah,
it
they were
cost
real,
100,
too.
125 grand
They were
just for
real?
the roaches.
Holy shit!
Kept them there.
Yeah,
Wow.
I read that when I was doing a review for it a
Wait,
while
so
back.
you're
It's
telling me
like-
there's actually like a place out there that just breeds roaches for movies?
I have no idea,
Okay,
but that's,
okay.
it was the most, it was the
Do you-
biggest
do you have
single
to-
expense.
Do you
I
have
have
to pay more if you want to kill the roach?
You can't kill them.
They do, don't they? Yeah.
I have a roach fact.
Okay, far off.
So they made a movie. Have you seen the movie The Nest?
Yes.
I haven't, no.
So it's about killer cockroaches and mutant cockroaches and stuff. Well, they filmed that. So then they filmed Slumber Party Massacre 2 at the same place. And when they went to film that, there was still cockroaches all over the place.
In places cockroaches really shouldn't have been.
Yeah,
Oh wow!
they're still living.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love the
stood out
Nest.
too much in that movie.
Yeah.
Leo says the raft from
Um,
Creepshow 2 is great. The other stories aren't as
Yes.
good as the first. I
The
haven't
Raft
seen
is
it yet.
great. The other two,
I have to watch it.
I like the wooden head.
Yeah, me
that's
too.
good.
It's a good story.
Right.
Yeah.
My favorite anthology isn't actually a film though. Do you guys remember Masters of Horror, where they got different directors to do
That was a good
hour
show.
episodes?
Yeah.
That was a good show. It was like the closest thing we got
Oh
to
man,
a
I
modern
love
day
that.
Tales from the Crypt.
That's what I yeah.
I've never seen that.
And of
There's
course,
some-
Tales from the Crypt. Of course, you know that's always awesome.
It's one of my favorite TV shows ever.
Joe says no love for Creepshow 3. What is that? Is there a Creepshow?
That's garbage.
I didn't even know there was
They
a
lost the rights to it, so they lost the rights to Creepshow, so they made a Creepshow 3.
Wait a minute, hold on. Really? I didn't even know there was a Creepshow 3.
I didn't either.
The same people made Day of the Dead
And
2.
there's a reason for that.
Tales from the Dark Side of the movie was like the closest thing we'll ever get to a true Creepshow 3, even though it was very different from the first two, but it was more of Creepshow 3 than the actual Creepshow 3, which is garbage.
Beth likes cigarette burns. Was her favorite.
Yeah.
Strange Monkey
Cigarette
says.
Burns was, the guy Daryl from Walking Dead.
All right, okay. Masters of Horror was ahead of its time. Strange Monkey says.
My favorite was Jennifer.
That was Dario Argento.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Ice cream one.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one too. Dante, wasn't it? Or no, Tom Holland did that one.
Yeah. Daddy will read it to you when he's done. Okay. Not right. No, not right now.
So that leads us to the next part of the question, and that is, what is your favorite anthology TV show?
Oh, okay.
What was that, Sean?
Your favorite anthology television show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Someone will have to answer that. I have no idea what. I don't even know if I've seen what. Well, is Tales from the Crypt an anthology TV show?
Yes.
Yeah.
That or what's the one that had the gremlin on the wing of the plane? Tales.
Twilight Zone.
Twilight
Zone.
What's that? Sorry.
Twilight Zone.
That's it. Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone. Probably, to be fair. Yeah.
Night Gallery.
That's my.
That was good. Tales from the Dark Side, the TV series.
Everyone keeps talking about that. I've never seen it.
Very good.
Don't
Tales
think
from the
we
Crypt is
got
my favorite, though. Tales from the Crypt is slightly better, in my opinion.
Yeah, Tales from the Crypt is my favorite.
It was more fun.
I love Monsters and Tales from the Dark Side, though. Have you ever watched Monsters?
Yes.
Anybody remember Monsters?
Yeah, I remember it.
It's so good.
Did you get in the US Tales of the Unexpected?
I know about it. I don't know if I forgot
It's
it.
a UK thing. Leo's just mentioning it in the comments. I remember Tales from the Unexpected when I was a kid. I used to get really embarrassed. There's like a partially nudie lady dancing at the start, and I used to get really embarrassed when I was a kid when I was on telly. It was pretty good.
Outer Limits is good too.
What one?
Joseph Belief was good too.
We missed you there, Sean. What was it?
Have you seen Night Gallery?
No.
Love it.
Yeah, that's right.
That and the Outer Limits. Yeah, that and the Outer Limits and Twilight Zone. I used to watch constantly.
I like the Outer Limits.
Channel Zero, I watched a couple episodes of the first season, but I kind of lost track of it.
We don't have any of these things. It's not fair. Channel Zero. Unsolved Mysteries. I love Unsolved Mysteries. I watch all that stuff. Oh, yes.
I love Alfred Hitchcock.
That's good stuff.
A Thousand Ways to Die.
Yeah.
That's
A bunch of numbers.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Jen says Alfred Hitchcock presents Tales from the Crypt.
Amazing story.
Christians is the 80s Twilight Zone and Tales from the Dark Side.
The 80s Twilight Zone, really?
Yeah. I really love
tried to redo Twilight Zone like 10 times.
Yeah.
Strange Monkey is asking, does anyone remember the Crypt Keeper cartoon? I don't.
Yes. Oh, God, I love that cartoon.
I used to watch that after my paper out.
Oh.
I got the toys.
Of course, my favorite was probably...
Go, Brad. Go, Brad.
I really love Tales from the Crypt, of course, But I don't know if this one counts, but I love Mystery Science Theater 3000. I don't know if that counts or not.
Kind of, yeah.
And then there's one, and since Joe's in the chat, I'm going to have to ask Joe. Joe, what was the one on Nickelodeon called? It wasn't the Goosebumps one, though.
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
There, that one. Yes, I loved that as a I was like 13
scary.
or something when that came out. I loved it.
Freddy's Nightmare.
You know,
Actually, kind of scary. Yeah.
Freddy's Nightmares. How about that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Freddy's Nightmares was good.
Leo
Friday
says
the 13th one was stupid.
That's what Leo's asking about. That Friday the 13th show. I haven't seen that.
That wasn't an anthology. It's kind of like the X-Files.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
Did anybody see The Dark Room?
Yeah.
No.
That was my favorite, The Dark Room.
I haven't seen that one. Is it old, Jason, or is it? How old is it?
Yeah, because I'm older than. Yeah, it was from when I was younger. It didn't run too long, but I enjoyed it. My mom and I used to watch it when I was a kid.
Oh.
And she didn't like horror.
All right. Okay.
So yeah.
Did your wife enjoy Halloween?
Did you like Halloween?
It was okay.
She said it was okay.
I was expecting it to be better because when you walk in the dark and
I think I watched it itself a couple times.
Said she expected it to be better.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. It's good that she went and doesn't like horror, so that's cool.
My wife went too, and she hates horror, but she liked it.
Oh, cool. I'm lucky because we both love horror. What about Christy, Sean?
She really liked it.
Oh, cool.
She loves Halloween. Anyway.
Oh, awesome. Strange Monkey asked about a program called Fear Itself. And Joe, yeah, Fear
That was
Itself.
the Horror Man.
Oh, there's Strange Monkey mentioned it first, and then Horror Man below it.
Oh.
I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen anything, for Christ's sake. I don't really like anthologies as a rule, but it's something I don't really seek out.
They need to come up with another good one.
Yeah, definitely.
I can get it. It's not a big deal.
So the next question is, what's your best Halloween costume?
Right, who's
How
going
about
first?
you, Hellhound? What's your favorite Halloween?
You don't have to put them all.
That I wore?
Yeah.
Well, I was dead Elvis one year, like a zombie Elvis. Actually, 2 years in a row. And I had the costume and everything, like the white suit with all the sparkly stuff on it. My hair was, I had the ducktail and the, the whole nines. But then I put like zombie makeup on. I was a kid too. I was a young kid, like not even a teenager yet. I did that 2 years in a row. And my aunt, who's a huge fan of Elvis, like she's so obsessed with Elvis, you would not believe it. Like she's the one that actually designed my costume. When she heard I was going to be dead Elvis, she leaped the opportunity, made my costume. And it was so great. Like it looked so good. She did a great job on it.
Nice. Lisa?
Over here, honestly, you don't really get the chance that much to dress up. I'll go with when me and my husband went to see Alice Cooper at Halloween. He went as a zombie and I went as a vampire. If anybody likes True Blood, the waitresses have the little Merlots top thing.
Yeah.
I wore that as a vampire and lots of blood, so I'll go with that. But we don't really get the opportunity to dress up much because very few people do. We're usually the only sods at a party, or the only people that dress. Like if you go to conventions here, we don't really have that many, but if you go to anywhere, we're usually the only stupid people dressed up. Everyone else wears their normal clothes. Like the Game of Thrones thing we went to, there was like us and maybe 2 or 3 other people that dressed up. So boring.
Man, you're the only one that has any spirit around there.
I've got those Hellhound. I've got a 4-pack of those, and I refuse to open them. People
I didn't
say,
open this one either.
Why won't you open it? I don't want to open it.
I opened one of them and drank it, and it wasn't really that good, honestly.
It didn't taste. It didn't sound orange flavor. Nah, no, I've still got mine.
I I've got all the seasons on DVD too. I really love that show.
Yeah, I love it. What about you,
show
Sean?
are you talking about?
True Blood. I'm getting some
Jason,
horror man.
what's yours? What's your favorite costume, Jason?
I've had so many good ones. I think I was a California raisin. I think I was Mr. Fuji one year for some reason.
Nice.
That'll be funny.
I was Scrooge McDuck, Darth Vader.
Wow, you're creative.
Yeah, I had a whole bunch of cool ones in the 80s. I was Freddy Krueger one year, obviously.
Nice. And the horror man and his wife went as Al and Peg Bundy last year. That is awesome.
That's so cool. I love Married to Children.
Yeah,
Beth,
awesome.
Beth went dressed as a dead Lucille Ball last year. Yes, we like dead ones. This will just give you an example of what it's like here. Leo says, I haven't seen a trick-or-treater in the last 10 years.
Wow.
Honestly, well, we do get them on Halloween, but not very many, has to be said.
I get like one every year. One.
Only one?
That's it.
I'm usually out, so I always miss them.
Yeah, I live out in the country, so I don't take my kids into the city to go trick-or-treating.
Yeah, Leo's from the city. I'm in the country. We get quite a few, but 2 years running now, the little sods have nicked all my sweeties when we haven't been able to answer the door for like 2 minutes. Teenagers came and tipped the whole, I had like all these goodie bags made up, and they nicked every last bloody one. And I said, I'm not doing it this year. No trick-or-treating, but I've gone and bought it anyway, haven't I? So I'll answer the door to the little kids, but see if any teenagers come, they can clear off. Bah humbug.
Yeah, we get about 200 here.
Jason just said they get about 200.
Wow.
That's
200. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Kelly
it
and
shows
Dave
that
get
we're
lots.
not done, and that's awesome.
That's cool.
We used to,
So many people are saying.
Yeah, we usually sit outside.
So many people say trick-or-treating is dangerous.
No, it's a part of childhood you need to do. What was that, Jason, you were saying? You sit outside and what?
We usually sit outside, drink a couple beers, and eat a pizza, and the kids come by and give them candy.
Oh, that's cool.
That's normally.
I wish it was more like it is there here with regards to Halloween. It's just such a big thing, but here it's people just don't celebrate it, which is just such a shame.
I gotta say, Lisa, I love
Blame it on the.
Sorry, Sean, I missed it.
I'm right now.
Oh, my husband pinned up my face. This is what I'm going to do. So, Dead Wednesday Addams we went with.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's good at painting. I'm not.
Mad props.
Mad props.
Yeah.
She's like, what the hell is that?
What? Leo, are you saying trick-or-treating originates from Ireland?
That's why there was a Halloween 3.
That's right.
I don't know. That originated from
Ireland. Study history, woman.
Beth says right here. Sorry, I'll shut up.
I said,
if you really want to get technical, why Halloween is not as popular in the UK, I believe, and in my own opinion, is because of the Church of England.
Because of the Church of England? I've no idea.
Yeah, they had it in like the 70s and 80s. Said, okay, we're going to support certain things, and they said Halloween was one of the things that Christians could do, and the Church of England said no, it wasn't.
We see we don't have the Church of England here, and we don't have much in the way of Halloween either. It's even when I was a kid, I mean, our Halloween outfit as a kid, if you were a girl, was a bin liner, you know, like a bin bag with your head poking out, and a kitchen broom with some twigs stuck to it, and you were a witch. That was our Halloween as kids. There was none of these like big dress up things. She's awful. I love it. Isaac loves it. He does trick or treating every year.
That's awesome.
Well, it originated from the Celts.
I didn't know that. That's news to me. We should be ashamed of ourselves.
Samhain.
Leo says Easter's a lot bigger here. Easter's not big here. Christmas is though, which I love because I love Christmas.
I love Christmas too.
Move the Massacre says, last week myself and my wife went to Halloween Town dressed as Ghostbusters. Screen accurate costumes. People were taking pics with us. That happens every time my husband goes anywhere. Rich, it's honestly, we went to the Game of Thrones thing and people were stopping him every 2 seconds. Can I take your picture? Can I take your picture? It's just, people just don't get into it.
He looks so awesome dressed up.
He loves it.
Like a movie character.
He gets proper into it. He loves dressing up.
Yeah.
Thankfully, because most people here are boring sods.
Mr. Hellhound did Ghostbusters.
Yep. That's what I'm going to be this year as a Ghostbuster.
I'm in Deliverance territory. Who said he's in Deliverance territory?
Now you're too far north, bro.
Have you seen Movie Massacre's Ghostbusters Proton Pack Hellhound?
I haven't.
Oh my goodness, it's like proper, I mean,
really? I need
with
to get
metal.
one.
He's made it himself for him and his wife, and it's you would not believe. It's just so awesome. It looks exactly like the ones in the movie.
Yeah, I need to get a better one because the one I have now kind of sucks. But you know,
they sell them at Spirit. If you're interested, they sell them at Spirit.
Well, yeah, that's where I got my costume, and they had a proton pack at Spirit, but I'd already spent enough money, and I was just like, you know what, maybe next year, like I'll build it piece by piece, and maybe do some cosplaying or something. But I was like, I spent enough money, I'm not gonna get the separate proton pack too, at least not yet, you know. Then when I get paid, I'll go pick it up because they had a ghost trap as well, so it'd be really cool to have all the accessories.
So, what was your favorite Halloween costume? I didn't hear you, Lisa.
A vampire Merlot's waitress from True Blood. I'm going to go with that because I don't really get a chance to dress up much, to be fair. So I'll go with that because there was loads of blood. I'll tell you what really annoyed me about that. Alice Cooper was touring, and every Halloween, every gig, every like night that he did, he brought people on stage that won the fancy dress, and they got to go backstage and they got a prize. And our night was the only one they didn't do it for. And me and him were the people that won, me and my husband, but they didn't do the thing that night. We're so cross. Because all the staff were saying, have they not pulled you aside yet? You know, you've been chosen as winning the contest, but they didn't do the whole thing on stage that year. So annoyed.
My cousin has met Alice Cooper several times. She's got several pictures with him. She's gone backstage with him like a bunch of times and stuff.
He's awesome.
Like, you need to take me with you next time, damn it.
He's so intelligent as well. Such an awesome guy.
He's awesome. He's been one of my heroes for years.
Yeah, I love him.
Way before I was into metal, like I was a huge Alice Cooper fan. Still am.
Yeah.
When I was younger, most of my costumes were homemade or handmade by my mom. And I actually used to get teased a lot and made fun of a lot because of that. Okay. Well, you know, my mom was a single parent. We weren't rich. We couldn't afford all that crap. But I do remember one year I was so proud of this costume, and it was handmade. My mom and I handmade it, and she had some help from a friend of hers, but I went as Zorro.
Okay.
And it was before, you know, before the Antonio Banderas movies. I used to love that show on like I said, my mom was a single parent, and where we lived, we would have to come home and go in the house and lock the doors, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So my afternoons were spent watching ABC Family, and that's what, you know, where I watched Zorro, and I just loved him. I thought he was an awesome character.
I think the best costumes are handmade, personally, ones that people did themselves rather than just off-the-peg stuff. I prefer seeing the individual effort people go into to do stuff. That's just like we try with Isaac to sort of as well. We customize stuff and maybe go to, like, you call it like thrift shops. I think we call them charity shops. We'll go and pick up like an old child's suit and like rip it and do him as a zombie and stuff. But it's more fun making them, I think, personally. So kudos to your mum for bringing you up doing that and teaching you the value of money and all the rest.
No, well, we didn't have much choice back then.
It's too easy to just go as a lazy parent.
My favorite costume was one I wore. My favorite one's one I wore 4 years ago, and I went as Peter Griffin.
Awesome.
And I had the big Peter Griffin mask. I actually had the mask, and cool. I wore the clothes, and I was kind of heavier then, so I looked a lot like him.
Did people not ask for your picture? I bet people wanted their picture with you.
We went. I wore it all day at work because I was at work, and then we went trick or treating that evening.
Yeah.
So, but the mask I couldn't see out of it very well, so for trick or treating I couldn't wear it.
I love Peter Griffin. He's awesome. Beth has asked, did anyone get to wear their costumes to school back in the day? We used to parade around the hallway to see everyone's costumes. Too bad they don't do it anymore.
They don't?
Funny enough, Beth, they didn't when I was at school, but my son, he's 7, and they do it every year in his school, which is awesome. But we didn't get to do that at school when I was a kid.
They still do it here.
They do it here now, which is cool. Danny made her girl's costume last year. That's cool. I do like that.
My Monkey says, has anyone created any horror props of their own?
No, I'm not in any way.
Yeah, I'm sure Dave has.
How about yours, Dave?
Huh?
What did you create, Dave?
I made a retractable groundhog knife thing, the plow shard. You know when it gets stabbed when the door opens and plop. That's it's a piece of styrofoam with one of those blades that go in. You know, the spring blades. On the end of it, just spray painted yellow. And I made one that I could put a tube in for blood, but we didn't end up using it. We were running out of time. I made the stump that they take the groundhog out of foam. I just cut it up, sprayed it brown, put some wood in it, circular wood and stuff. We made the groundhog display. That wasn't too hard though. That was like a cardboard box with like plexiglass on top of it with some Christmas lights. What else did I make? I didn't make the jaw. We made the pants when the guy gets cut in half.
Nice.
Yeah. When I was younger, I went as Rambo, and we made our own M16s out of toilet paper rolls and tissue boxes, and then we painted them.
My son went as Rambo. 2 years ago, he went as Rambo, Isaac. I think he's got a fixation with Sylvester Stallone. At the minute, it's Rocky, so we're watching all the Rocky movies. But he got like a little fake, like muscle sort of vest, that, you know, like the thing you put on, little thing, and he's got his bullet belt on, and he went as Rambo with a little like headband and everything on. It was awesome.
Nice. Freaking love.
Aside
Rambo.
from that, I don't know if like taking a real axe or knife and putting fake blood on it constitutes making a prop.
Well, my costumes were really cheesy. I was never very creative. I'm going to go way out of left field and say my favorite costume was Michael Myers.
Those videos were awesome, Sean, what you did.
Oh, thank you.
My husband is lowering the tone in the chat. He's created quite a few magnificent erections around Halloween. He should be sleeping.
I'm waiting for somebody to say something about that.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Whatever.
My husband's just talking filth, that's all. Yeah. I'm missing comments. I'm trying to get back up to them, but it won't let me scroll upwards. Trash Picture Show was given some really interesting information about the whole thing about, I'll try and remember, he said something like St. Patrick in Ireland banishing the snakes was supposed to be to do with Christianity banning paganism. because the symbol of paganism was a snake. I think I've got that right, Trust Picture Show. Sorry, but I can't scroll back up to the comment. I didn't know any of this. I'm ashamed of ourselves.
Very interesting.
That's crap. If that's, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I really like studying that kind of stuff, and that's what I was going to college for back in the day. I love that stuff.
Hey, so Jason.
Yeah.
How about reading off those questions from the subs?
Sure. Hey, Internet. Eric here says, what is one horror movie you love but everyone else seems to hate?
Oh, God.
Halloween 3.
Yeah.
I knew someone would say that.
Friday the 13th Part 8.
Geely.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
I wouldn't really say I love it per se, but it's underrated in my opinion. I don't think it deserves the crap it gets. Not enough time takes place in Manhattan. Okay, we know. Not enough times in the city. Okay, yeah, that's the only bad thing people say about it. And Jason teleports, and that's it.
I like The Happening.
I love Friday the 13th Part 8. I love it. It's one of my favorites.
What's that, Jason? I'm sorry, I missed that.
I love Friday the 13th Part 8.
Oh, I see. I have to watch them again. I don't remember what one's what. I like all the Saw movies, so hate me.
I would
Friday
say
the 13th Part 8 is one where he spends the whole movie on a boat.
Yep.
I got one. Jason X.
Oh, I love Jason X.
I like them all. I like them all, honestly. I don't think the Friday the 13th series has a terrible entry. It has entries that are weaker and some that are legitimately bad movies, but they're all fun. Like, those movies were never Shakespeare to begin with. So, I mean, I think they're all, like, they all have some kind of enjoyment. I hated Jason X for years, but now it's grown on me. It's a bad movie, but it's awesome, you know? I mean,
even Part 5?
Awesome. Part 5, the only problem is Jason isn't the killer. That's the only problem. It's literally the only problem with the movie. It's one of the most entertaining entries. It's got really, really enjoyable characters, some of the best kills, some of the best gore, some of the best nudity. I think it's great. I think it's underrated. That's another movie everybody hates that I love, you know? But
yeah.
That's that's a problem.
The guy that plays it does a good though.
You broke up, Brad. We didn't hear what you said then.
Tom Morga.
Yeah, he did a good job.
The Horror Man says Elm Street 5.
Yeah.
No. I love you, Joe.
I was gonna.
Nightmare on Elm
say
Street
the
2.
same. I love A Nightmare on Elm.
That's my pick. Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Freddy's Revenge.
It's underrated. I love it. Yeah.
A lot of people don't.
Find out lately that there's a lot of hate for Halloween 5 that I never noticed before.
I know.
Forever, where you been? People have hated that since day one.
I've never really noticed it. I've never heard anybody ever talk bad about Part 5 till recently.
Yeah.
Strange Monkey says Freddy's Dead, the final nightmare.
Love Freddy's Dead. Movie.
The 3D scene, right?
Love it.
You love Freddy's Dead? You love Freddy's Dead?
Movie Massacre says, my favorite sequel is Police Academy Mission to Moscow.
Yeah.
I've got all those movies on VHS.
I haven't seen those movies in years.
I like the second one.
I got all the quad packs. That's one I wouldn't mind seeing get remade if they get good people.
Police Academy?
They'd probably.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll happen.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Let me hear you.
Steve Guttenberg should return.
Can Daddy have one?
Yeah.
Can Daddy have one? Yeah,
all right.
Just one.
Rusting Willpower asks, what's your favorite scene in a horror movie that features a song, either performed or played on a radio or as background music to enhance a scene?
I've got one. The transformation
Hold on,
scene in
Jason.
American Werewolf.
Good choice.
That's a good one.
Jason, can you read that one more
Good
time?
choice.
What's your
Jason.
favorite scene in a horror movie that features a song either performed or played on a radio or as background music to enhance a scene?
So not like the score then, just like something that's in the movie.
Right.
Trick or treat. Trick or treat.
Oh,
Mine
yes.
is gonna be Hip to Be Square from American Psycho.
I have to mention movie Massacre. Did you guys see his review of American Psycho with him dancing to Hip to Be a Square in it? Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
Absolutely hilarious.
I never weed. It was so funny.
That was great.
Mine is The
I'm gonna steal
Strangers.
some.
What's that, Jason?
Mine is The Strangers Pray at Night, the pool scene.
Yes, that was incredible. These are all
just
good
the music.
choices.
Just
Trick or Treat
I still
soundtrack.
haven't seen that.
Incredible.
When he's on stage, yeah, trick or treat.
Yeah, I watched that over and over and over, just so many times. That particular, you know, the bit where he starts singing and he's like punching the side of his like leather trousers. I even had a crush on him. That's how sad that is. He had long hair. That was it. That did it for me.
Sammy Kerr.
Yes.
Sammy Kerr.
Love it. Absolutely.
Yes.
I went to see Fastway on the basis of the soundtrack of that movie, and they were awesome. My husband has written Moondance when Jenny Agutter gets, I'm not going to read that, it's a really crude thing.
Shower.
Sean's favourite scene, with a lot of gash in his face.
Modded out?
That's a really horrid expression.
Oh, okay.
It just means what was happening in that scene.
Ah. I learned a new word.
Strange Monkey says Living Dead Girl by Rob Zombie and Bride of Chucky. That soundtrack is awesome. I have that soundtrack. I love it.
That movie had a great soundtrack.
Yeah. Joe says the same scene as you, Jason. Strangers Pray at Night.
Put those on the counter.
That pool scene, I'm assuming he's talking about.
How about Freebird?
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah,
that's my favorite, but it's not a kill scene. It was supposed to be a kill scene or just a.
No, just a scene from a horror movie that was enhanced somehow by the music or a performance.
Speaking of Friday the 13th Part 5, that scene where
I can't really think.
Tiffany Helm is killed, they play His Eyes by Pseudo Echo. It's such a great song. And
Yes,
it's a cool scene. It's not my
I was thinking
favorite.
about the other day in the video.
I love that scene.
Yeah, you did. You did, Dave. That was awesome.
Hey, I'll throw out one.
Sorry, Sean?
Mr. Sandman from Halloween 2.
Yes.
Yeah, what?
Mr. Sandman from Halloween 2.
Yeah.
They used that a lot in movies. They used that in Back to the Future as well, didn't
They
they?
played that at the beginning and the end. Yeah, Back to the Future as well.
Yeah.
I hate the movie, but love hurts at the end of Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's weird, though.
Yeah.
They
can't-
did have good soundtracks. Considering.
Anything that was played on a radio or something, though, I can't think of any right now aside from what's been mentioned. So,
For me,
can I throw in one that's?
Yeah, Brad, can you throw in one that?
Can I throw in one that's not a horror movie?
Yeah.
The scene in Reservoir Dogs.
Little Green Bag.
That's
Love it.
Yes.
I love it. I love that movie so much.
That's the song that always comes to my mind when somebody talks about things like this. But
Right, now what's coming to my mind is Salma Hayek in From Dusk Till Dawn. You know that one when she dances?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's incredible.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
Is
great
it called
one.
After Dark, I think it's called? Awesome.
You guys,
I'll be
right back, guys.
But that's the only thing I like about that movie is Salma Hayek.
You don't like Dusk Till Dawn? Oh no! Oh, I love that movie so much. Oh, I love it. There's not a man in existence that can't enjoy that scene. Trash Picture Show says Power of the Night from Critters.
Yes!
That's a good one.
Terrence Mann. I love that
Good
song.
one.
Oh, I love it so much. It fits the film like a glove. Like I love that song. I love that movie. It's so like over. Terrence Mann was just awesome.
Dream Warriors.
Yes.
Yes.
Dawkins.
Yes. Trash Picture
Into
Show
the
also
Fire.
says The Thing. They played Stevie Wonder, Superstitious.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yes. Right.
When you think about it, there's loads, isn't there, that are awesome?
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
When Queen is playing.
Oh,
Hey, Return of the Living Dead. Return of the
Yes.
Living Dead, the Linnea Quigley graveyard dance.
Yeah.
Let's Make Love Until We Die by SSQ. Yeah.
Such an icon.
It's my favorite.
You notice they're almost always nearly rock when they make it, and it's like awesome. It's always a rock song, isn't it? Well, usually a rock song.
Party. It's
Dave's
party.
staring in, is it?
That's a good one, too.
Running from this
February.
nightmare. What's that, Strange Monkey?
That's
Running from this
Nightmare.
nightmare? Oh, right, okay. I need to watch them again as well. I'm not a
Oh
big
no,
fan.
actually that was part 4, wasn't it?
I don't know how you guys remember what happens in what movie for all these. I watched
nerds.
Halloween like 2 weeks ago, and I've already forgotten what happens in each one, apart from the
I've seen
first
these
one.
movies more than I've seen The Sun.
In Too Deep in American Psycho, Joe says.
Yeah.
Another American
Yeah.
Psycho.
That's Genesis. That was a good one.
I like Genesis.
What about Alice Cooper in Friday 6th?
Yes,
Tom
Man Behind the Mask
Frank-
and Teenage Frankenstein.
Oh, I love that song.
Good choice.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, last Venom 76 asked, I knew a concern of mine is the story change. Huh?
Keep going, Jason. It's fine.
The story change about Laurie and Michael not being brother and sister now. Do you guys think it'll change the dynamic between the two to some degree?
I don't think it changed the dynamic at all, personally. From Jesus Christ, that's a lot of rustling. It's like a hamster in a popcorn box at the cinema.
The celery and potatoes.
Christ. I apologize to everyone listening.
What is that?
He's eating something. He's going to make me hungry now. I don't need this.
Sorry.
What are you eating? I torment myself. I don't want to know, but I do want to know. What are you eating? I'm hoping it's something I don't like. So
They're called Little Bites.
Are they chocolate or
things are
sweeties?
They're called Little Bites.
Those things are
Those are
banging.
those little
No, they're-
muffins, aren't they? The little muffins?
This one is little tiny mini blueberry muffins,
Little
but they're
muffins.
supposedly with good for you ingredients.
Oh, I like muffins.
All right, sure the Horror Man said, I like
Oh
it better
yes, Horror
than
Man says.
brother and sister.
It didn't really change anything at all.
I didn't feel it changed anything. Same
I think
day.
it makes it scarier when he targets random victims. Like the whole sibling thing, I never cared for. Honestly, I never cared for it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people complained saying, "Well, I don't understand. He still goes after her. If they're not siblings, why does he go after her?"
And she
Because
lived.
she's the victim that got away. She's the one that
Yeah.
got away. He wants to continue what he started. It's so obvious. Plus, maybe she goes after him. Who knows? I'm not gonna spoil
Yeah.
it, but
What about you,
Yeah,
Jason?
I said that before I saw
Yeah.
the movie, so it's not a spoiler.
I
Jason,
actually kind of agree with that, though.
Dead air.
Right,
While I was
Jason, you
waiting
did.
for
We go to Jason and then Bronco.
I'm fine with it. Yeah, I'm definitely fine with it. I don't think it really changed anything.
Yeah.
I'll admit, I saw Halloween 2 before I saw Halloween when I was little. And it was kind of like one of those Empire Strikes Back moments when it was his sister. My jaw kind of hit the floor, kind of like Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker.
It's your father!
It's like, what are the
I don't think
odds
it
that
really-
she happens to be his sister and her dad owns the Myers house? Like, what are the odds? Like, was that
Yeah.
intentional or small world?
Miranda, go get Daddy something to blow.
Movie Massacre says it's the revenge on Buster that keeps Michael going.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, Sean, you
Buster,
went really quiet then. What do you say?
I guess I'm in the minority, as I'm the only one that freaking likes that.
No,
I
you're
don't
not, Sean. You're not.
I don't dislike
You're not.
it.
Yeah,
but
the fact that they're not brother and sister anymore is total bullshit.
I don't think it
I mean,
changes the dynamic.
Hell yeah.
It goes back to the conversation we were having earlier on what's canon, you know. But
yeah,
if I'm not related to
it'll
Michael Myers
never
and I
change.
stay out of his way, I'm safe. I'm totally safe, and that makes it less scary to me.
But no, nobody was safe. Even he always killed random victims, though.
Well, he did, but like he has one target. And then, like when he kills Laurie at the beginning of Resurrection, then he's done. He puts the knife down. It's like, okay, I'm done. I'm not a killer anymore. I hate that. Like I can't stand that. But no, I never had a problem with it. I think it made sense. Like 4, 5, and 6 needed the sibling thing. Like when I watched 4, 5, and 6, I'm glad they did the sibling thing. But like with this new one, I'm glad they changed it just to give us something fresh, just to give us a new perspective on like what if they. It's a what if story again. It's like what if they weren't siblings.
Joe has said here it was never Carpenter's original intention to make them siblings. So
he regretted that decision too. Look it up. He regretted that decision.
Yeah. I know he did, and it doesn't matter if it was his original intent or not. That's what it was, and that's what it was for 40 years, almost, or 38 years. Sorry,
38 years.
You can't just say no, this didn't happen, and people buy it. It'll never change it for me. He will always be brother and sister with Laurie. That's just the way it is.
If they had gotten that route in the first film, I would agree with you. But they, it was kind of a retcon to begin with. Like in the Halloween 2, that was kind of like a retcon. It just, to me, it's like, what are the odds? Like, what are the odds? Her dad owns the Myers house, and she happens to be his sister. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of like a small world,
Yeah, but it's a small town.
It is. No, you're right. You're right.
Haddonfield is a small town.
Yeah. No. Again,
and by the way, Hellhound. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say 4, 5, and 6. When I watched 4, 5, and 6, I'm glad that they made them siblings. Jamie being his niece fit perfectly with the story they were trying to tell. But I'm glad that if they made a new one, they did something different. Like, I'm just saying, otherwise it'd be like H2O all over again. Like, to me, there are 3 reasons why this movie didn't follow Halloween 2. That was one of them. The sibling retcon, the fact that it would just be another H2O, and number 3, the fact that it was burnt to a crisp at the end of part 2. They didn't want to explain that again, him having burn scars and being in a coma.
I have 2 comments to read out from Joe. Hang on a minute before you kick off again. Joe has said this is the true sequel to Carpenter's original film and vision, and he's asked Brad a question, but does this mean Jamie Lloyd exists in the H2O storyline?
To answer that question, Joe, I'm going to refer you back to my video that I talk about the Halloween timeline. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, if you want to watch that, go ahead. I believe that Jamie Lloyd does exist in the H2O timeline. In fact, that's how I've always viewed the movies. I've always viewed I always looked at it as one of the reasons why Laurie was so fucked up and drinking all the time wasn't just because of Michael. It's because she had abandoned her first daughter and left her behind, and then found out years later in 1996, 2 years before that movie, that her daughter was killed, and that's what separated her and her husband.
It's a valid theory.
And it was her. I've always felt that way, and if you watch my video on it, I explain it how year by year, and I put in the points how it can all be tied together and work together, with the exception of 3.
Originally, there were direct references in H2O to Jamie Lloyd and the events of 4, 5, and 6. There were direct references, but I think they wanted to get rid of the Thorn stuff, which obviously doesn't make an appearance in H2O. And I think that I feel like in H2O, I feel like there would have been a mention of it. They would have said, "Oh, Michael Myers was sighted after that, and he survived being in the fire." Like there's a scene in H2O where her son John, played by Josh Hartnett, says, "Didn't you see Michael Myers burn up?" She's like, "Well, I didn't really stick around to see the ashes." I feel like there would have been more elaboration. They would have said, "Oh no, well, he was seen after that, and he escaped, and he was never seen again." But you could be right. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying it depends on how you look at it. Like it's kind of.
See, and like I said though, that's just my. That's just my own little theory that I came up with, on my own.
I agree. No, I agree. I mean, I don't think it explicitly. I don't think H2O directly disregards 4, 5, and 6. I don't think it blatantly says that they didn't exist, but it kind of does ignore them. It kind of treads over those events. It doesn't really make it completely clear. But to me, it's always been another continuity, pretty much.
Supposedly, the intention of the filmmakers was to completely ignore them. But as a fan, like so many people say, we've been guys just said it a minute ago. It all depends on how you want to view the movie.
Right.
If you don't want to think that Jamie, or if you don't want to think that Laurie and Michael are brother and sister anymore, then you don't. That's fine. I'm speaking for myself personally. That's how I've always viewed them, and it makes the original franchise much more enjoyable to me viewing it that way.
I used to view
but
it
I
that
did
way
want to
too.
say, Hellhound, I did want to say using Resurrection to make any point is probably a bad idea.
No, I agree. But it wasn't just Resurrection. It was like, I don't know, like yeah, you're right. Michael Myers always killed random people.
Can I just say something here? There's people talking to you guys in the chat about what you're saying, but I can't get reading it out because nobody will shut up.
Sorry.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's all scrolled up now. I can't get to it.
I wish
HorrorMan
I
says,
could see the chat.
in Kevin Williamson's original script, she does. I don't know what he's talking about, but they changed it. Williamson did tie it together in his script. They ignore 4, 5, and 6 because of the kill count they mention in the beginning of the film. He said more stuff, but I've missed it. It's gone. If that means anything to you.
Yeah, Jamie Lloyd exists in part in H2O originally. He's that.
Yeah, they deleted those
And
scenes.
they took it out, yeah.
Right.
Strange
Anyway, I
movies.
just wanted to say one thing about that,
No,
and then I'm be gone.
My fault.
I feel like the movie would have been better with the brother-sister timeline because it would have been more personal, and you wouldn't have need a plot device to get Michael to where Laurie is. Like, I'm not going to say what that plot device is, but I feel like it would have been more intense with that brother-sister sibling. I would have brought a more personal edge to it, and I feel like they could have easily done it, and it would, and the fans would, I think, overall would be happy because it wouldn't be ignoring everything,
Yeah, I agree.
I think they ignored Halloween 2 for those 3 reasons, because he burnt to a crisp and died in an explosion at the end of it, and then they wanted to get rid of the sibling thing, and then also it'd be too similar to H2O. Like, I feel like H2O is the continuation. If you like the sibling thing, H2O is the better, well, not the better one, but like the more definitive continuation. But again, I don't have anything against the sibling thing. I'm just saying it makes him scarier. That's all. It just makes him scarier knowing that, like, he'll come to anybody's house and nobody's safe and he has multiple victims instead of one intended target. Like if I was if I gave him Laurie Strode, then I don't know. I don't know. I just think it makes him scarier. But I can definitely see I can understand the camp of it being more personal and their siblings, and I can definitely see where that made it interesting. Again, 4, 5, and 6 would not have worked in my opinion if Jamie wasn't his niece. If it was just she was Laurie's daughter and he wanted to go after her because he didn't get Laurie or something, I don't think that would have been as good. I think that those definitely worked with the situation. I'm just saying this new movie I think worked better with a fresh take, like something different. Because again, it would have been like more like H2O. That's all I'm saying.
But nobody thinks that it would be. Nobody thinks that it's scary that he wants to murder his own sister.
It's scary, but I think it's scarier, like knowing that nobody's safe and there's not one intended target. Like the Terminator, for example. He's targeting Sarah Connor. Everybody he kills is pretty much just people in his way of Sarah Connor, or people that he's needs to steal their clothes or whatever. It's like if everybody just stayed out of his way, they'd be totally safe. I could be in the room with them. I know that's not like the best comparison, but I don't know. I just think the first movie's scarier, knowing that it begs the question: if he killed Laurie, would he still kill other people? I mean, I like to believe absolutely he'd still be killing.
I think definitely he would.
And it is interesting because he killed his other sister. So the fact that he killed his other sister definitely did make it like make it interesting that she was his sister. I'm kind of on the fence about this. Sometimes I think it's a good idea. Sometimes I think it's scarier without. I'm kind of conflicted, honestly. But overall, I think he's scarier just targeting anybody. Like, he comes to their house. They have nothing to do with him. In general, I think serial killers who do that are scarier, We have serial killers who will go kill their ex-girlfriend or whatever, but somebody who just kills people at random because they have a stupid name or something, I think they're scarier, Just my 2 cents.
Movie Massacre's gone. Bye, buddy, if you're still there. He just said he's off to bed.
Bye. Rich. See you, Rich.
HoRRoMan, Joe was saying something about, and I heard this as well. I'm sorry, Joe, I've missed loads of your comments, but there was a bit where Myers was supposed to get decapitated by a helicopter, but they couldn't put it in because they couldn't get the effects to work properly. My husband was talking about this last week.
The new one?
No, it was one of the first. It was, if you're still there, Joe, it was one of the earlier ones, wasn't it? Or was it recent? I'm not sure. I was talking about this recently with Darren. If you're still there, tell us what one it was. I don't know. H2O, he says.
H2O? Oh, okay, that makes sense. I think it's better that Laurie did it, though.
Yeah, I agree. A bit of justice.
H2O worked better with them being siblings, too. Like, the way the story was, it worked way better than the I think all the sequels do. I just think that it was an interesting take with this newest one to do something.
Eric's here. Hey, Internet, Eric here is here, and he says, I never cared that they were siblings. I don't think it was really important.
I agree.
Yeah, I didn't think it changed the dynamic. I didn't really mind either way. I don't know what Joe's he says Kevin Williamson's H2O script, and it was Laurie who pushed him into it. Oh, the helicopter blades you mean Laurie pushed him into. Right, okay.
Oh, that would be
I think I still prefer what happened.
He's all hacked up by it completely.
That would be nasty.
Yeah, he says yes, it was her supposed to push him into the blades. Oh, Dave's disappeared.
Well, it was certainly a ballsy move to ignore everything. Gotta say that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are saying it's the proper, true, original sequel to Carpenter's, to his vision, the new one. To me, it doesn't make any difference.
It would have been too hard to follow all the sequels. I mean, the continuity was already
all over the place
to begin with. Yeah, it was already really loose to begin with, so it would have been really hard. At first, when I heard they were first making it, and originally they were going to continue from Halloween 2, I thought that was great. I really wanted them to. Then I heard that they would drop that. I was really disappointed, but overall, I think that was kind of the only way to go, unfortunately. As much as I love Halloween 2, I adore that movie. I love it more than the air I breathe, but I still think it's the only way to go.
Yeah, I think I agree with you on that one.
Strange Monkey says, correction. Halloween. She pushed a paramedic into the blades.
Yeah,
right. That's a good one.
Sounds too close to resurrection to me.
Yeah, the crush larynx.
Joe says it's strange, but they somehow got me to feel like it really was 40 years later. I didn't even think about the other sequels when I was watching, so they succeeded with that. I agree, Joe. I felt the same way.
I agree, Joe.
Yeah, it did. It was a convincing story. It really worked.
I can understand people disagreeing because some people are just such fans of the whole franchise, but you can never please everyone. Some people are going to love it, some people aren't, but I liked it too.
I will say this: I think Laurie Strode's character could have still been the way she was in this new movie, like survivalist and all that stuff, and really paranoid and arming herself. She could have still been like that with the events of Halloween 2, definitely, if not even more so. Like that would actually made more sense if the events of Halloween 2 had still happened and she was all all Sarah Connor. And stuff even more so would have made sense if she had a little more of a history. When you look at it, he killed 3 of her friends. I mean, still
they have a line about
reaction. That. What's that?
There's a line about it in the movie.
Yeah, that one guy. Yeah.
I thought it was just something some people made up.
He's like, he only killed like a couple people. Why is he so popular?
Does anyone know Jason Scott? Is that ringing any bells with you? He says, how does the movie with Busta Rhymes fit into the timeline? God only knows.
That didn't happen.
I don't know.
That never happened.
It never.
It doesn't. We just ignore it. It didn't happen.
Michael Myers takes out Busta Rhymes and he cuts him into a million pieces and tortures him slowly. That's how it happens.
Even on my video where I talk about the timeline, I pretty much say just ignore it.
Well, you know what I said in my review? I said that one crazy guy at the beginning who was obsessed with all the serial killers. I think that was the Myers we saw in the movie. He was obsessed with serial killers and he believed he was Myers, and the real Myers vanished into the shadows. And it was just that one creepy guy from the asylum who got his ass kicked by Busta Rhymes, and not the real Myers. That's what I said in my review.
There you go. Like a Friday 5 moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Test screenings ruined Resurrection. They should have left it alone. Joe says. Eric says Halloween isn't the only series with a screwed up timeline, though. Look at Friday the 13th. Yeah, we talked about that, Eric. You've missed that one.
Look at Texas Chainsaw Massacre. None of those movies follow each other.
Yeah,
Every sequel is like its own thing. Every sequel is the true follow-up to the original.
Yeah.
I just say they just drag Grandpa around. Different family members. Every family member gets Grandpa.
Weirdly enough, the Friday the 13th series is actually more coherent and consistent in comparison to some of the others, and that's saying a lot. That's saying a whole lot.
You put Jason Goes to Hell before Freddy versus Jason.
No, Danny, I put it up in the cabinet.
I don't know.
Guys,
Nightmare on Elm Street was pretty good with that, the continuity.
Which one?
Nightmare on Elm Street was pretty consistent.
For the most part, yeah. For the most part. Definitely more consistent than Texas Chainsaw and Halloween, that's for sure.
Yeah.
The most consistent's been Child's Play, in my opinion.
I agree.
Also, with the amount of good movies, there's only one.
I agree completely. I think Child's Play is the most consistent series.
Especially now, yeah.
Yeah. They didn't have to remake it. Well, I know they are now, but I'm saying they didn't have to remake it before it was like they made a direct sequel to it and they breathed new life into it. They should prove that they didn't have to remake it, even though that's happening anyway. But let's not get into that.
French Monkey says Texas Chainsaw Massacre was the next generation. No, hang on. Texas is the next. Oh no! Let me try that again. Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation is the resurrection of the franchise.
I think it's even worse, honestly. I think that's the worst of the worst. I think that's worse than Freddy's Dead. I think it's worse than Halloween Resurrection. I think it's worse than whatever you consider the worst Jason movie, Jason Goes to Hell or Jason X, whatever. I think Next Generation's the worst of the worst, in my opinion. I despise that movie.
I just dropped a video on the top 10 worst 5. Hellhound, you're not going to like it.
Oh, you like it?
I thought you did the best
probably
of the
won't like
5. I thought you did.
I did, and I also did. And then I dropped the worst, too.
Oh,
We're
okay.
going to catch up from today's videos.
I'm not going to dislike it. I like that everybody has a different opinion. I don't care if I don't agree with them.
Yeah.
I like that everybody has a different opinion. That's what makes horror interesting.
Exactly. I agree.
Definitely.
I'm glad people don't agree on everything. That'd be boring if we all agreed on the same thing.
Very much so.
I think it's
Makes
funny
for-
that
makes
I
for
got
more
a
interesting
dislike
discussion.
I think it's funny that I got a dislike on the video 10 seconds after I uploaded it.
You got what?
Jesus Christ.
Somebody's
What
after
happened?
you, though, Brad.
You
got
got somebody send you an email?
Someone just hovering there to hit the dislike. I do not understand why people hit the dislike button. If you don't like something, just don't.
Don't watch.
I don't know. I just, if I don't want to see something or I think it's crap, I just go watch something else. I wouldn't dream of giving thumbs downs to pay. I just don't understand. And apparently, it benefits your channel to get them anyway if you get them. You know
I
what
don't
I
spend
mean?
a lot of time on movies I dislike. I just don't spend a lot of time. I like to talk about movies I love. A movie I don't like, I'll probably talk about it like once and that's it. There was this guy that plagued my Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 review, and told me how wrong I was and stuff. I was like, look, dude, you like the movie. I don't. That's it.
Yeah.
Move on. You're not going to convince me. I'm not going to convince you. There's no reason to discuss it further. We have different opinions. He was like attacking me. Like he was going overboard with it. He didn't just say, I disagree that I respect your opinion. He said I was wrong and I was not a true fan. All this BS.
And I bet his grammar in English was terrible. Do you ever notice troll? You ever notice troll? Their English, their grammar is usually awful because it's clearly stupid. So
it looked like he never graduated. It looks like he didn't finish first grade. Honestly.
Yeah.
They try to bait you with that though. They bait you with the bad grammar, so you correct them and they get in a fight with you.
Yeah.
Oh, just
I always thought the true fans were the ones that hated those movies.
What's that?
Yeah.
I always thought the true fans were the ones that don't like them.
I agree. That's what I always said. But, you know.
Hey, guys, I hate to do this, but I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, not
I got some things I need to do before 7, so.
Oh, 7. It's 1:30 in the morning here.
Oh.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Right, bud. Speak to you later.
All right, bro.
See you later, brother.
All right, Jason, Lisa, I'm going to miss you guys.
You'll still see us. Yeah. We'll still pop up here and there. We'll still be on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm still going to hit you up on Messenger every day, Jason. You know that.
Loads of messages to read. Oh,
hey, look who's here.
I'm looking at Jason's little dog is here.
Yeah.
All right, guys. If I can get back on before you sign off, I will. But I'll see you later.
Okay, bro. See you later.
See you later, brother.
All right,
Have a good night.
That right?
Hey,
that's Molly's mom.
76 is in the chat.
Yep, Eric's here. Hey, Eric.
How's it going, Les Venom?
We're all good. We're all good. Hello,
yes,
Bud. Is it Bud? Bud? Frankie?
Yeah, it's Frankie.
Frankie. Hello, Frankie. Sorry, you have to give me a dog moment. I love dogs. Isn't he gorgeous? Oh,
my baby.
Eric's been unbelievably busy. We'll have some vids up soon. Isn't it shocking? Is anyone else like struggling keeping up with other people's videos and doing your own? I know I am. Yes. So if I haven't watched all your videos, I will. I'm just sort of like the last 2 days I've barely watched any. So we'll get there. It's just October makes it a bit hard.
Baby.
Don't worry about it, Eric. Sorry, Sean. Especially with all the
31 days of horror stuff.
Yeah, I know. There's so many of us doing it. That I'll tell you what, you'll not get me doing it again for sure.
Oh, I was going to do that.
Oh, it'll be so easy because I watch at least one movie every day. But you don't take into consideration editing it and uploading it and all that crap that comes with it. And you're sat every night, clickety click, 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 all night on a laptop, and then watching God only knows what that you've seen before anyway. Yeah. So I'm not going to do it again.
It's too time consuming. I was going to do that, but I'm already way too busy in October. October's my busiest month. I got so much going on in October all the time. My calendar is crammed. So I was going to do that originally, but I just don't have the time. I would end up like missing one or something. And it's a cool idea, but I just don't think I'd be able to find time to do it. It'd be too overwhelming, too time consuming. It's cool. Right. I admire anybody who's able to do it though.
We usually go off at 2 anyway, Eric. So the stream usually runs until it runs 3 hours, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Eric's saying he's going to go in 20 minutes, but that's about time for us to wrap up anyway.
Yeah.
At least I have a question.
Hmm?
Is Random Matt videos in the chat? I'm just curious.
No.
He's blocked.
Okay. I wasn't sure if he was watching or not. What's that?
He's blocked.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I think Bronco might have told me that.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
Just generally making people feel uncomfortable, so yeah.
Make up a new name.
We'll do that.
Yeah, please.
I was just wondering. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, if he was there, believe me, he would have spoken by now.
Yeah, I think that's why I didn't think he was there.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Strange Monkey says this stream has been great. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you.
Thank you.
Chris.
I love you guys. body from the grave thing, I gotta say.
Yeah.
It's a
an
lot of
excellent
fun.
idea.
Yeah. So
Have you
what's your
seen?
next one gonna be?
Oh God! Thanksgiving.
Nice.
That movie's hilarious.
I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen clips, and believe me, how am I supposed to review that?
Pretty
Honestly,
ridiculous. But
thanks, Eric.
I haven't seen it either. Sounds cute though.
very absurd, but you know, but in a fun way. I love trauma, so I'm a bit biased. I love trauma for the most part.
Too.
Joe says we
Trauma
love feeling uncomfortable. No, we don't. No, we don't. Eric said, "How you doing, Jason?"
What's up, Eric? Packing up my masks.
You missed all the.
I guess, Eric, when's your drawing for the 200 subs?
I think they get it a little bit after you say it, Sean. There's a bit of a delay in the chat. Eric's saying, HorrorMetal, haven't seen you in a while.
How's it going?
Oh, Jason's done. The Jason again.
November
I'm
7th.
good.
November 7th, what?
You're talking about.
Oh, right, okay.
Drawing 100 subscribers.
Right, okay. Yes, I remember that now.
Oh shit, Jason's back.
Sometime.
Oh.
Yeah, I still have to do Eric's contest. I haven't done it yet.
I lose track of whose I've done and who. Have I done it, Eric? Because honest to God, I lose track of what I'm doing. I did Cadaver Clubs. I did Dave's. I did.
You don't even remember?
I forget. Honestly, it's terrible. I did Cashiers and he left me out. He didn't put me in the draw.
Oh, didn't you?
No, but you know the way sometimes when you paste links in the comments, sometimes it spams them. I think that probably happened. So I need to in future tell people that I've pasted a link. I entered Eric's as well. Thank you. I honestly, I don't know what end of my head from my arse at the minute.
What about
Monty's got one up as well. I haven't done that yet. That one's quite interesting, but the questions are really difficult. So I need to have some proper thought. Eric, we did discuss the new Halloween, Eric. No spoilers. General consensus was we all really enjoyed it. Some of us have got a few little small issues, but for the most part, we liked it.
Jen's reviews from the grave says, Lisa and Jason, I'm going to miss you guys. We love both of you.
Oh, thank you, Jen. We love your channel too. I was just saying earlier, I don't know if you heard, your skit on Dave's was incredible. As Mrs. Voorhees. Loved it. Eric, we're just not doing regular streams anymore, Eric, because Jason's got loads of stuff going on. My health's just crap. So, like at the minute, it's 1:45 in the morning. So I have to go on these really, really late. And when I go to bed, I won't sleep because I'm all excited talking to people. Yeah, you know what I mean? You get hyped when you're chatting to people. So, and it sort of impacts the days. It's all very boring, but I'm just backing off from a lot of doing too much online to do more important things like spend time with family a bit more. So, yeah.
Understandable.
But I'll still be here.
We really do miss you guys.
Oh, thank you. But we'll still be here and we'll still be talking to you. You can't get rid of us that easy. But the exciting thing is, guys, for everyone in the chat, is it means they have to replace us. And who knows who they're going to replace us with, but that could be really interesting and exciting.
Like Bronco said, they can't replace you.
It's just another person, though, isn't it? We'll still be here. I'll still be checking out when I can in the chat. Getting banned for talking too much. Joe disappeared for 5 years? My God.
Did.
I don't think I need that long a gap, but yeah.
I disappeared for
I think this 31 thing with all of us that's doing it, Eric as well, and all of us, it sort of makes you think, oh no, this is getting to be a bit more than a fun hobby. I'm doing this too much now. So I sort of decided to
more of a chore.
back off a bit, and I'll do my weekly updates and stuff and probably tag videos, but besides that I'll not be do 013 from the grave, but that's only once a month. So, you know, that's a really short video. But yeah.
We need to get another good tag going.
Yeah.
After October, please.
Yeah. That's what I said. I wasn't doing any. I said I wasn't doing any until November came around because I just don't have time. But
it's hard, isn't it, to get everything fitted in? But you don't want to lose
I see
touch.
them going around and I want to do them.
Yeah.
So.
Well, once October's over, it'll be much easier. Eric, you only got to day 12? You see, I have such a backlog of videos to watch. I didn't even know you'd stopped. Honestly, I have to watch loads of them. Oh, dear.
I noticed. I just thought you were going to catch up.
I know Shannon was ill, so she missed some as well.
Yeah.
I'm like, at the minute, I've got up to the 23rd done in schedules. Tomorrow's it's tomorrow. The next day is the 23rd. See, my laptop says it's the 22nd now because it's 1:45 in the morning. Joe's going 21 days in. Good man.
Me too.
It is. Yep. Sure is.
I've only got one more. What's that, Sean?
Sorry I killed you with the brood there.
Oh, Jesus Christ. To be fair, most movies I've had suggested have been good. I just didn't. I thought people's going to hate me for this, but I did not enjoy The Brood at all. Just want my cup of tea. Wasn't as bad as The Hospital, though. Oh, my God. I encourage you to watch that just so you can see how bad it actually is. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Bye, Chris. Chris is going to watch Walking Dead. I'll see that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Jen. Your reviews, you're knocking it out of the park. Sorry, Sean?
I said I bet Dave has some thoughts on that.
On what?
The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead, Dave. What's your thoughts?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm not watching it now. I give up.
I'm still slogging away, even though I've been really disappointed. I can't stop watching it.
Yeah, I can't either. I have to find out what happened to him.
I feel like they suckered me in again. It's bad again.
Yes, they suckered me back with Negan.
Why do I keep doing it?
With Negan, yeah. I'd watch a Negan show.
Negan brought me back in, and now I'm beginning to lose the will to live again. But I can't stop. I've watched it for so long. Yeah.
You love guys with long hair, right?
Yes, I love guys with long hair. I want to hear the end of that sentence.
And you love Negan, right?
Yes.
Well, in the comic book, well, Dave knows what I'm getting at. Yeah. In the comic book, they keep him down in the cell for quite a while.
2 years.
And he gets long hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my life! It looks awesome as it is, but with long hair on top of it.
But he cuts it.
Yep.
You'll have to be still my heart if that happens.
My wife said you sound like her kind of girl.
Oh, does she like? Oh yes. Has anybody ever seen a picture of Jason with long hair?
Long hair.
Oh my goodness, they had really long blonde hair.
I've seen Eric's picture with long hair.
It looked awesome.
Yeah, Eric's picture. He had long hair too.
Did he? We need to see that.
For years, yeah.
Long hair's awesome.
Well, Hellhound currently has long hair.
Yeah, see?
My husband wanted to have long hair, but it all fell out.
I'd fall out.
Poor man. My husband, when I met Darren, his hair was to his waist. It was longer than mine. Jet black, really long hair. It was awesome. Not that it's not awesome now, but his hair was incredible.
What's that?
What has tickled Jason? What is it?
It was a good one. Not that it's not awesome now, but you know, you're gonna pay for that one. So we're definitely gonna pay
probably.
For that.
I would imagine so. Let's hope he's sleeping. Andrew, it just face paint. My husband painted my face to look like a dead person, so that's what I've done. And now I have to get off here and clean my face.
You see that
at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I've got a parent-teacher meeting at Isaac's school first thing in the morning. So can you imagine if I can't get all this off?
Look at him.
You keep it on.
What's that? What's that?
Look at
Dude
him.
with long hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't see.
It's all metal.
Talk so it puts it up as the big picture.
He's all
There
metal.
it is. Awesome, Dave.
Wow.
I think all you guys have had long
Looks
hair
cool.
then. You're all rockers though, so you will have all had long hair.
Yeah. But now it's falling out.
Yep.
Oh, Andrew, cool. Andrew's going to do a response to the spooky tag. Awesome. I can't watch enough stuff like that.
That's
All day
Gabby,
long.
her name.
Yes, she's awesome. She's so pretty.
Yeah.
Dave, I've tagged you in that, by the way. You're the only person I tagged. I know it's busy and I know it's October, so you don't need to do it, but if you do, I'll be very interested. It's a spooky tag by Gabby, and it's all about like supernatural and ghosties and things.
Okay.
So I thought your answers would be very interesting.
It's good to take a break from the normal videos and do,
Yeah.
The other videos are actually like a pressure reliever.
Yeah.
I was starting to get the other way around for a while. I felt like all I was doing was tag videos.
Yeah. Oh, I love them though. But you get to know someone, like get to know people a lot better, don't you? I think. I love anything a little bit different from just reviews. It just gives you a bit of a person's personality. Eric says they're about to bring in the Whisperers in that Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I heard Eric from Hey Internet Eric here talking about that. I have no idea what that is because I haven't read the
They already
comics.
picked the actors. Yeah, they picked the main actors already.
Have they? Is it
for Alpha
interesting?
and Beta,
Is it a good move? Is it interesting?
For Beta, yeah. I can't remember who they picked for Alpha though.
Yeah, there you go, Dave.
Wait. Is Alpha the man or Beta? Beta's the girl,
Alpha's
right?
the woman.
Alpha's the woman.
woman.
So Beta, yeah. They picked the Beta one, I think.
Andrew,
Who did they pick?
yes, Haunting of Hill House is awesome. Sorry, who did they pick, Jason?
Some big dude,
Who
right?
did they pick for Beta?
Probably on IMDb. Let me see.
Oh.
Has anybody else seen The Haunting of Hill House yet?
Not yet.
No.
No, I need to watch it.
I'm about 3/4 of the way through and I love it. It's just right up my street though. Andrew got the Halloween 2018 soundtrack today.
Awesome. Do they have that on vinyl? I need to pick that up on vinyl.
Eric bought the vinyl today.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, Beth at Side Records said that she had it, that she picked it up.
Oh, Ryan Beta, Opie from Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, okay,
Nice.
okay.
Yeah.
Andrew says hi everyone. Andrew Ballina.
Hi.
Hi, Andrew.
I'm a metal fan.
Andrew's asking, have we seen that Haunted show on Netflix? I have. I started watching it a few days ago. I love anything like that, so I'm about 4 episodes in and I'm really liking it.
You know what I started watching was that slasher TV show.
I started watching that too and I didn't like it. Did it get better?
I don't know. I only saw the first few.
Yeah.
It seemed like it started off good, but then it kind of got.
Did you say the slasher TV show?
Yeah, it's just called Slasher, Dave. It's like a drama. Well, it's like a drama type thing.
The first season was on Chiller before Chiller went belly up. They put out a second season just on Netflix. The first season was okay. It wasn't great. It was all right. I did like the costume that the slasher wore, but you didn't see enough of him, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it started off pretty good, but it seemed like it lost my interest.
No.
What's the Haunted about?
It's like you get someone that's telling close friends and family about something that's happened in their life, like in their past, usually something like true, like a haunting or just something really creepy or freaky that's happened to them. It's like a true story thing. It's really, really interesting, I think, anyway.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll have
Sounds
to check
good.
that out.
I'm gonna
I'm
have to
pretty
go.
far behind the
My
Marvel series.
My bladder's gonna burst in a minute.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna have to get off for a wee missile. There's too much information for you. Right, it's only 5 minutes to go anyway, but I've started to do this, and it's not a good look. Right, guys, thanks to everyone in the chat that I've been talking to, and thanks to you guys as well. I'm gonna miss chatting to you. But I will be here, and I'll be
Thanks so
chatting
much
on
for
Messenger and all
joining
the
us.
rest. Thanks, Sean. All right, see you, Jason, Dave.
Bye.
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 HorrorMetal, bye. Sean,
Bye.
see you later.
Have a good night.
You too.
Fare thee well. Fare thee well.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna get rolling too. It's been
All right,
been
man.
fun.
Steve. Same to you. Thanks for joining us for all these streams. You did a great job.
Thanks, brother. See you, Horror Metal. It was fun bouncing stuff off of you.
See you later, buddy.
Uh-huh.
Have a good night.
You too, buddy. See you.
Bye.
Bye, Dave.
Yeah, guys. I guess we might as well wrap it up then for the night.
Okay.
And I look forward to next month's stream. I guess we're gonna have to do a little bit of rebuilding because we're losing Jason and Lynn. We'll see how it goes, I guess.
Probably talk about Suspiria next month.
Ah, yeah. That sounds good to me.
Cool.
Good choice. When does that actually come out?
Is it November 9th, maybe?
I
Something like
do
that.
want to see that.
Yeah.
Could be one of the better remakes.
I know, it looks good. It looks really good.
Yeah. It looks like kind of artsy too, like the original one.
Yeah.
But at any rate,
The original's one of my
thanks
favorite
for joining
Italian
us,
horrors.
Mr. Hellhound from the Horror
Thanks for
Metal
having
channel.
me.
And thank
Thanks
you,
for
Dave
having me.
Maggot, for joining us.
Absolutely, man.
And thank you, everybody watching.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you for joining us at the Hellhound and at the Horror Hangout, the Halloween episode. And have a good evening. Thank you for joining me at the Horror Corner. Peace.